Hi guys. Hi. I'm back. Back. I'm eating. And I'm wondering what I have gone wrong in life. I finally arrived at the moment in time where I'm like this one of those VTubers who says, I'm gonna be starting the way this, and then proceeds to not start this that way. Because I completely and utterly oversleep. That is like I am like now that VTuber. I mean, that already happened, but still, at least this time I officially started the stream. Instead of saying, oh, whatever. Because I want to fucking finish Canto 3 finally. It's been so long. So hi guys. It's been so long. It's been much too long for me to finish. As usual, if you want to speak to... Whoops. If you want to speak to Moonie, as usual, it's the command to speak to Moonie is the chat, is the ask. Command to speak to Moonie. Yeah, replace pin message. No, whatever. It's no big deal. NBD. Yeah, okay, cool. So how you guys doing today? Yesterday was like the fucking huge mess that was Fate. An enjoyable mess, but still, it was like a big ass stream I ended up having. And then when I wanted to go to sleep, guess what? I didn't. For reasons. So here we are. Wondering what the fuck happened to us, in a way. Hey Danny, glad you decided to drop by. Well, I overslept. I'm eating right now. I'm eating some, how to explain it? It's like little cheese thingies made out of cheese. There's some bacon in them, like baked in. Like cheese pancakes, basically. What happened to the PTN stream is that in the middle of the stream of Fate, I was like, hey, guy, hey, I was writing to a live. It's like, hey, you still wanna do this thing? Because I'm gonna be stopping my stream soon. So is this like, you wanna do this still? And he was like, yeah, no, sorry, I have a situation here. I need to write like a fuck ton of things till Monday for my work. And I was like, I don't really have the time to do the stream anymore. I'm like, oh fuck. Do you want to do this next week? And I was like, yeah, sure, please. Sorry, I want to know what happens next, but I'm excited to see what happened next. But life is hard. And I'm like, okay, I understand. So that's why I ended up streaming so long before Fate, because I was like, yeah, sure, no stream happening for Path to Nowhere this week. I was a little bummed out. Nah, you didn't. Thankfully. Also, since you weren't there at the end, I actually did roll the another banner. And I got Archer Anastasia. In one temple. So I got total amount of give or take 4 banner characters and 1 just random 5-star. So that was fun. probably already spent all my luck yesterday, so not gonna expect anything today. But I kind of wanna roll on Don Quixote. Kind of wanna roll on Don Quixote. So let's do that. Let's roll on Don Quixote. I'm actually curious if I get anything curious. Curious if I get anything curious. Curious, much curious. Okay. Redundant, much redundant. Probably Wednesday or Tuesday. Yeah, probably Wednesday or Tuesday, somewhere along those lines. Let's do this. No, it's red.
신속하게 처리해드리도록 하죠.
Interesting. Okay. Yep. I spent all my luck on yesterday, so not surprised. Today what we'll be doing the dungeon. Also, I may or may not have grinded a little bit. Feel free to join in or not join in, Danny. So it's fine. But I have look at this. Might have grinded. Might have grinded just a little bit. Might have grinded just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like a tiny amount. Like a tiny bit. Like a little bit. Like just a tad. Yeah. Oh, nice, lovely. Look at this.
얼른 돌아가서 씻고
하자고요. That was great choice. Can I do this?
역시 관리자님이십니다.
I see. That's good.
하루가 저물어가는 동안 나는 그저 서 있을 뿐이었어.
Okay. We are going to begin the dungeon because it's been like 2-3 weeks since I played this game. Like I wanna play dungeon. Okay, so let's recount what happened before really quickly. Let's recount what happened to us before. Yes, Zbeli, I got Archer Anastasia. 10 rolls. I got Archer Anastasia in 10 rolls. I did 10 rolls at the end of the stream because I was pressured to, and I got an Archer Anastasia. So, out of yesterday, I got Archer Anastasia, then all three characters from the banner, and Arjuna. So that's like my overarching pull. Didn't get Okita, but that's fine. I feel like I'm happy with what I got. I rolled once and I didn't really get anything because I already spent my luck this week. I think it seems like it's fine though. I don't really get any. Oh, by the way, no, I did get something this week. I got this. I got this during the week when I was grinding. Got this. I also got this Kurokumo Clan Wakashu. Yeah, I got also V Corp Cleanup Agent L2, then K Corp Class 3 Excision Staff, And then I got her, obviously, Moller Bot Works Fixer. Yeah, Kurokuma Wakashu. Also, Blade Lineage Salsu. I also got him. Well, that was earlier. Then I got G Corp Head Manager, Blade Lineage Cutthroat. And obviously I got this guy, Zway Association South Section 4. That's the guy I got during the weeks of grinding. So these are like the prime people. These three are like the prime people I'm using right now. Excision Staff, K Corp, Zway Association South Section 4, and Moller Bot Works. Which I pair with the Kurokuma Clan Wakashu Ryoshu and LSSB Assistant Manager. Kind of like I'm kind of going with this positional right now. Yep, they do a lot of damage. They can take a punch. Also, I said it before, but I might have grinded a little bit. Might have grinded a little bit. Just a tad. Like a tiny bit. All of them, yes, all of them are uptide maximum. Almost like I have like half of my cast, almost plus than half of my cast fully uptight and fully leveled up. Because I might have grinded just a little bit, just a tad. Anyhow, let's continue here. So what happened? It's fine. We arrive in K Corp, where we encounter the situation where Don Quixote goes insane as usual and decides to save people. Which causes a fight with the K Corp staff. The fight lasts for, give or take, a few rounds before we encounter Siegfried. Speaking of Siegfried, it's another Siegfried in this. We encounter Siegfried. They're big old manly man who is a star fixer person thing. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna clean this up, and then he kills us all again, and well, except Dante. And then we revive by Dante again, and they're like, dang. Now that was a time sink. We encounter our old friends. Yeah, we encounter old friends then. Effie and what's his face? Well, the assistant from the previous episode, from the previous Canto, where it's like, hey, we're all in. Hello, we're gonna go secure the place for you guys. So let's see you there. Effie and Saud. Thank you. And then after the time we spent talking with Effie Saud, we returned back to the bus, to which our dear Virgilius proceeds to be like proceeds to actually finally put Don Quixote in her place a little bit. Like, can you stop, please, doing this bullshit for a minute? in more radical terms, and he steps on her, which honestly, I would like to be in her place for a second there. I just gotta be honest here. And next, we encountered the Inquisition of Nuggle and Hammer, N Corp. We encountered Inquisition of N Corp, who we proceeded to beat the ass of, and then Sinclair decided to start losing his shit. So we know that this is about Sinclair. Voice crack. We know this chapter is about Sinclair, right? Then we proceed to go to his village and discover that everything is on fire, everything's burning, and everyone is dead. And they decorated the trees with their heads and set them on fire. Inquisitors everywhere, and everyone is hanging around on the nails that they put them on. Lots of Inquisitors around. Some really creepy bitch is stalking us, trying to kill us. The big masks, big masks, shitlord. We also encountered the one who grips. I'm not exactly sure what she grips, but she grips something. And we discovered that Saud has been also unlawfully penetrated on one of those. So we decided to rid him of his misery. And now, after finally dealing with the one who assists the gripping, or however his title is, the Hammer, I think. Yeah, we dealt with the Hammer, and we are going into the mansion that is on fire, under which we have was actually found the dig site leading to the old corporation of the Limbus of the Lobotomy Corp, the old Lobotomy Corp site. I assume this is branch K02 is where bullshit will happen. The one who grips something, maybe a dick, I don't know. The one who grips the dick will try to stop us and kill us, and then gets murdered, and either we encounter an anomaly or maybe I don't fucking know. She becomes an anomaly, like the final boss. I've seen somewhere an image of her just being like this big ass bitch monster, and I'm like, I imagine that is something that will happen. I don't know the context why she was a big bitch monster, but I sort of imagine why. Honestly, though, she's clearly not the best character towards the past life of Sinclair. At least Rodia had a somewhat friendly individual there, being her the bridge between herself and her past. At least Rodia had like this guy, was like somewhat friendly. This, okay. We'll see what happens. Finally, though, I'm going through this. Torture. Who would have surprised that they turned this into a torture chamber? Who would have surprised? The branch facility was not as well preserved as one would have visited in District 4. It seems N Corp's Inquisitors have been using this place as their base for a while. Various torture devices and bits of flesh and machinery like those we saw in town came into my sight. Please stop. It hurts. Hurts so much. This one speaks of suffering. It must be a false cry. Paid it no mind. No, the pain, it's real. I swear. Did not hurt to attach these impurities to your flesh. Did your conscience did not scream as you rejected your humanity? Enough. This one is far too gone to repent. It is the absence of tears, not say enough. This one is only pretending to confess.
아니야. 눈물 흘릴 수 있어. 그러니까
No,
제발
I can't. Wait, I can't shed tears. So I beg you, please.
확인하지 않을 필요까지는 없지 않겠는가?
We can afford to verify, can we not?
물론 거짓 없는 울음은 인간성을 의미할 테니
Indeed, for a genuine diffusion of sorrow suggests humanity.
감사합니다. 정말 감사합니다.
Thank you so much.
자, 그대의 눈을 들추어 보겠다.
Now we shall lift your eye.
눈물샘마저도 추악한 불순물로 몸에 붙인다고 하니 직접 보지 않으면 신뢰할 수 없다.
Their heretical depravity knows no bounds. They have gone so far to make the vile devices of mimic tear glance. We must see with our own true eyes that this isn't the case.
그대의 눈을 뽑아 그 자리에 살이 들어차 있다면
We will let you go
내보내주도록 하지.
if we can confirm that your eye socket is indeed of flesh and blood.
뭐? 안 돼. 안 돼.
What? No, stop! Has that?
이단은 벌레와도 같군.
You heretics truly are like pests.
홀로 자리하지 않고 끊임없이 대업을 방해하는 것이 아주 흡사하도다.
Never alone, with a habit of constantly obstructing our great task. You are kindred creatures indeed. Roger shrugged when I looked back.
왜? 이번엔 나도 한번 나서보고 싶었어.
What? I wanted to take charge for once. Yeah, honestly, I don't really want to talk to these people. Talking to fanatics is the same thing as talking to idiots. Will not work, really. Elite training quarters, chapel, corroded entity block. Okay, that will be entity block. Blockade zone, chapel. Okay. The Inquisitors have transformed this branch facility into a torture chamber for prosthesis users, committing blood-curdling murders. The townsfolk were powerless against such torment. Yeah, okay.
잠수 준비 끝.
Okay. 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 Dominating. Dominating. Unopposed. Unopposed.
적출할게요.
Okay. Dead. Ah! Ah!
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
로자, 교전 시작.
완전히 녹아내렸네.
Good work. Okay. Yeah, when you are like completely over leveled at this point, it's gonna be. Oh me.
글쎄 제법 싸우는 폼이
Well, that'll be. You've got all gotten better at fighting, haven't you? A faint voice calls us from the corner. Saud? Saud was resting against the wall, exhausted. She was covered in bites and gnawings left by the picatula.
괜찮으세요? 일어설 수
Are you alright?
있으셨어요?
Can you get up easily? Saud could barely talk, let alone stand on her feet. She slowly began to speak, each word filled with pain.
피는 어떻게
Effie, how is he?
살아있죠?
Alive, yeah?
밖에서 만났죠?
You must have met outside. I didn't hesitation to answer Saud's desperate question. How could any of us inform her of the morbid state if he was in, and how we could to put him out of his misery?
네.
Yes, he's doing fine now. Hong Lu answered quietly. No sooner came forward to elaborate.
잡담은 그만하지.
That's enough chatter.
또 그 이상한 것들이 기어오는 듯하니.
It seems more of these oddities are crawling our way. A swarm of Ficatula approached us. It was as though our guilt about lying to her had gained physical form. Yeah.
네네, 작전 지역으로 이동 중. 교신 끝.
Just started and already depression. Is the nominating? Nominating? Nominating. Nominating?
거치적거리지만 마.
Let's go. Don't dead.
위험요소 제거.
목표
Dead.
완전 무력화.
꽤잘 가.
Okay, that was that was hard hitting. Okay. Every skills is at least one coin. Yeah. That you flip, it's either 50-50. It's all 50-50s. Inquisitors have transformed this branch. Yeah, okay. It's basically the yeah.
지역으로 이동 중.
Catching cut. Good lord, no, this is gonna be a depressing chapter. I can already feel it.
내 뒤로.
Okay, dead. Okay, almost dead.
내 뒤로. 위험요소.
목표 완전 무력화.
That was awesome. That was like the way it's presented is really cool.
정신 못 차릴 거야. 파쇄 완료.
Maximum uptie. Woo woo woo. Okay, so you approach from either this side or this side and go into here. Understandable. Okay. Let's first go here. We had Dying Saud next to the entrance. No one could truthfully answer the direct question about the FE status.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
I suppose we didn't lie that he is resting in peace now. Compared to what he went through, that's fine now. Comparatively speaking.
오작 터뜨려주지.
How'd she lose her health?
다시 복구하기 힘들 거야.
그 정도인가?
Unopposed, dominating, unopposed,
적출할게요.
목표 완전 무력화.
위험요소 제거.
검을 덜 갈았었나? 꽤잘 갈렸고.
얼얼하지. 파쇄 완료.
Okay. Okay, let's go here. Ah, it's 20. That's why it's so. It's like 23. I see. Okay. I think I see no real use in spending my spending my ego this early in the game.
꽤잘 갈렸고.
Because like they either die like really quickly either way. Yeah, like it's not really a necessary thing here. 제거. Also, I love the updates they did for the vibe of the game. Like when you choose the ego, I like how it pops up as a car at this point. There's a machine in this dilapidated room, a long bulky lever at the center of the machine during the springs. The urge to pull it is growing stronger and stronger. What do I do? But a spontaneous thought into action is impulsive and uninhibited as child reaching out for off-limit marshmallows. When you pull down the lever, clack follows soon after. The spring begins to turn, some slowly, some quick, some clockwise, other counterclockwise. Watching the machine rumble grow wilder, you feel anxious. The machine stopped at last. What's happening? The machine steadied, the room now began to tremble and crack. A moment later, the ceiling split open, giving away to thousands of nails diving forward. Outside now! Damn it, I told you it was a bad idea to mess with it. You and sound as quickly like you did the room, but not with the harm. Ah. Well, it was worth the try. You see a large gate in the distance. There's something eerie about the pointed fences and stone walls. It looks like to be the only way through this area, but it's guarded by a large number of inquisitors. Is there anything we can do about them? Strike them from behind. The forest is dense, but there is still gaps within it. If we treat carefully, we might be able to strike the Inquisitors from behind. It gives us a considerable advantage in the upcoming battle. Yay! Yoshi slowly walked into the woods. Soon enough, a few Inquisitors fell to the ground. Heretics! The heretics are here! Though we couldn't take them all at once, down all at once, it was enough to break their formation. We'll be able to pass through once we take the rest down. Enemy waves reduced by 1 for the next battle. At the start of the next battle, all ally units gain 3 attack power up. Combat and counter! Win the next battle to gain Ego Gift, a sign. You could say you came to agreement by murdering them all, yeah? That's definitely what you did there. That's definitely what you did there, I'd say. There would have been 3 waves. Goddamn, okay. Thank you, Yoshi. Appreciate your contribution to our business with your skills of murder. Appreciate it. Bonk. 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 Okay, I think it's fair to do this. No. Dominating. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
Bruh. Ow. Okay, that was cool. Dominating, 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 dominating. No. Unopposed, unopposed. Unopposed, unopposed. Dunk.
거치적거리지만 마.
Kill. I like his green saber, by the way. It's such an interesting cyborg design with like the with like the costume.
목표 완전 무력화.
It seems like this is some high elite unit that he is. This is alternate version of him being like this super unique hyper unit that it needs to be maintained at all times because of how much technology is jam-packed into his existence and how hard he is to murder. Well, we won the battle and we gained the gift. I heard that familiar ominous sound of an nail dragged across the floor from not far away. This motherfucker.
앞으로는 확인 사살을 기본 전투기에게 넣는 것이 어떠신지 건의드립니다.
Manager, if maybe forward, I would suggest soon including steps in your combat protocol to confirm that our foes are dead. The thought of his return makes what hair I have stood stand at the end. Guido, you again! You heretics must be exterminated. How long have you been? Guido approaches the slower gait than before, but his gaze is firmly fixed on me. And the rest shall be purified. I needed to rewind the clock. Most of the sinners were either dead or gravely injured. There is no way an effectively non-combatant manager and someone barely holding on to her life could take him and kick him. Please, stop. Just then, Saud pulled out the gun. She pointed the barrel at me.
움직이지 마시길.
I need you
바랍니다.
to keep still.
그 시계를 돌리는 순간 제 총이 그대로 머리를 꿰뚫어 버릴
The
거야.
moment you try to turn that clock, my gun will blow your head. Saud,
그렇게 쳐다봐도 저한텐 안 들려요.
don't look at me like that.
하지만 말해드릴게요.
I can't hear you. I can tell you this.
당신을 없애는데 협조하면
They promised
피는 살려서 보내준다고
to let you
했어요.
go if I can't let get rid of you.
시간을 지나치게 오래 끌어.
I let too much time pass. Guido comes to me and grabs me by the neck. Then he grips my head tightly with his other hand as if to crush it. The crease cracks and rattles ring inside my head. His fingers being inches away from shattering my head terrifies me. Is this how I die? Could this have turned out differently if I was a better manager? I remember Heathcliff menacingly asking if there were a way to open up my head so we can see what's inside. Tough luck, Heathcliff. You'll be missing out on a good show. I heard the sound. It was the sound of something breaking. Fortunately for me, it didn't come from my head. Sinclair? You okay? Guido staggers. A nail was lodged in his back, and Sinclair was grasping at the air behind him. He was nearly unconscious, lying still until moments ago. It's a miracle that he managed to get up and do this. I could escape Guido's grasp thanks to him. But Guido stood firm despite Sinclair's desperate attack. He collected his breath and slowly turned around. I see. You too are a filthy heretic. You're all insane, out of your mind.
진행자께서 말씀하셨지.
The ones who grips what had once said.
그대도 또한 진행자일 수 있었다고.
You could have become the one as well.
그러나
What a shame.
쥐는 방향이 잘못되었군.
You grip with the wrong direction. Sinclair, run away. I can't help you.
아니요. 이제
No,
안 도망쳐요.
I'm not running anymore.
좋은 대답이네요. 싱클레어 씨.
I like that answer, Sinclair. Gunfire filled my ears, but the bullets struck Guido's head.
스스로 멸망에 이르는 자들이여.
You who bring ruination upon yourselves,
망치는
the
계속해서
hammer shall continue to pursue you.
쫓을 것이니.
With those words, Guido fell to the floor motionless. And at that rush, I heard her gun drop to the floor. Saud.
에피는 역시 죽었죠.
Effie, he's dead, isn't he?
당신들은 허술해요. 거짓말을 하려면 좀 그럴듯한
Oh,
표정을
terrible riot,
지어야
terrible liars. At least try to make it somewhat believable.
소드 씨, 얼른 나가자고. 지혈 좀 하고 그러면은.
Come on, Saud. Let's get out of here. You'll be okay. Just gotta stop the bleeding and get you patched up.
맞아요. 제가 지혈대를
Right,
챙겨.
I'll get a tourniquet.
무슨 말을 하는 거예요? 제대로 움직이기도
Don't be
힘든데.
stupid. Can't hardly lift a finger.
더군다나 저 신문관들은 계속 올 텐데요. 당신들은 계속 내려가야 하잖아요.
Besides, those inquisitors will keep on coming one day. You guys need to keep moving down.
제가 여길 맡을 겁니다.
I'll hold them off here.
먼저 가세요.
You should go.
어떻게 그래요?
You can't. You can't do that.
제대로 움직이기도 힘들다면서요. 그래서는 어떻게 뒤를 맡기겠어요? 네?
You said yourself that you can hardly lift a finger. Can't let you wash your backs when you're in such a mess. Please.
저기 이럴 땐 그냥 고개 끄덕이고 잽싸게
know?
넘어가면 되는 거랍니다.
In moments like this, you're supposed to just nod at me and be on your way.
격 떨어지게 남은 사람 걱정을 왜 하는 거예요?
I do care so much about the one who volunteered to stay behind.
그치만
You can't just.
이거 진짜 구질구질한 장면인 거 알아요? 기껏 멋있는 구도가 잡혔잖아요.
You're making this pretty awkward, you know that? Here I thought I could have a cool farewell.
파우스트, 얼른 이 멍청이들 데리고 가자.
First, please take these absolute dorks out here.
베르길리우스 씨한테는 안부 전해드리죠.
And make sure to give Virgilius your regards.
안부는 무슨
No need.
인사나 한번 와달라고 해주세요. 무슨 뜻인지 알죠?
Just tell him to come visit and say hello someday. You know what I mean?
네.
Of course. We headed to the next area, leaving Saud to die. We all stayed silent for a long time. This game is depressing. It's very depressing. Sinclair did remains to start up to Cromer after 3 strokes have been drawn. Okay. So let's go here. Even after several battles, Guido still pursued us with terrifying persistence. We stopped him at last, leaving him solid behind. We proceeded to the next area. Everything was a terrible mess, and nobody had the energy for words. Brother.
천천히 가자니까.
Well, at least we fucking dealt with Guido, finally. Good job, Saud. Good job. Good fucking job. This game has a really fucking bad habit of introducing characters, making you actually somewhat care for them, and then killing them unceremoniously. I swear to fucking God.
로자, 교전 시작.
거기까지. 어이쿠. 그 정도인가?
I guess we can say Saud went ballistic during her last moments. Yeah, sure. God fucking damn it. Shouldn't be laughing, but yeah, fuck me.
목표 완전 무력화.
Thank you, Zappelli. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Son of a bitch. Oh my god. Guess it was a blast. Sildar rests on one side of the room. It looks too thick to be easily broken or breached with force. There's gotta be something totally valuable through here if it's guarded this tight. The Syndra might be right. Treasure might be awaiting behind the door. What should we do? Wrath! The seal is thick, but it might not be impossible for Syndra to move it to jar. Who would have the right person to do that? Ishmael pulled at the door with all her might. The door shook little by little but refused to give up. Alright, you've done enough. I tried to get to the Cinder to stop, but Ishmael kept on pushing, fully focusing on the door. After some time... There! The door was opened. A path was hidden behind it. There is a new path on the map!
좋아. 잘
Selected identity heal for 20 SP. There is the new path of the map. Oh, huh. Interesting. Let's even after several battle, yeah. Let's pursue this moment. No. I like the way they talk. Like it's clear you can clearly hear that he has a cigarette in his teeth. Oh, lovely. The Inquisitors are the monsters now.
고작 터뜨려주지.
The Inquisitors are the monsters now. Oh, they're surprisingly tough.
끝이.
Okay. These guys are surprisingly tough.
거치적거리지만 마.
내 팔은 변해 있었어.
Suddenly, one day, my armor has changed. Okay. Those are pathetic but bad. Also Inquisitors, let me manifest those flashy eldritch horror limbs. Exactly. Well, at least they're flashy, right? That's the point, I think. At least that's the point they want to try and impose, like fucking morons they are. Let's offset something here. Yeah.
그 정도인가?
At least one of them motherfuckers dead already. Okay, cool. Then we go this dominating, unopposed.
로자, 교전 시작. 얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
Dead. Okay, that was a tough battle. That was a little tougher because they were like much more tanky. That was included those Inquisitors who manifested the flesh of God or something like that. Used in certain events, expired on use. All are house key. Okay. Dozens of old broken crates littered the floor. Eugh, cobwebs. Clearing this way, you found 3 particularly large crates buried beneath. These all look locked. Looks like the keyholes have the same shape. Alas, the key is a sort of soft constitution. It won't be feasible to use again once it has been inserted into a lock. Sounds like you only get one try, which should be open. Which one should I open? Chad, I'm leaving this to you. Which one should I open? Which one? First crate, defense. Second crate, 50 chance to get tremor attacks or a 50 chance to get bleed attacks. Do we go assured or do we gamble? That is the question I have for thee. Take the third? Okay. Empty? There's nothing inside the crate. All the greed did was tiny specks of dust and dirt strewn exposure area. Told you we should have gone with that one. No, in all likelihood it would have been empty too. He walked out of the room trying to ignore Sinner's complaints. Ah, okay. Well, nothing happened. It's fine. I'm satisfied with what I got from my gacha luck situation. The training quarters, monsters. Oh, you can just go through there. Okay, interesting. I can hear the sound of something scuffling along the floor. I wonder what it might be, but part of me doesn't want to find out. No bleed. No bleed assist. Alas, 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 alas. Oh, it's just Inquisitors. I was like waiting for something really creepy to show up. No, it's just Inquisitors. Favorite, dominating. Unopposed, yeah, opposed. Punch. Punch. I love how this identity of Ishmael manages to murder. Is as long as you break their cores, she completely murders them with this attack, like one shots. It's a very precise move, I've noticed. If they already have their entire stances broken, she will kill them. If they don't, she will do like minor damage. I realize I don't need to pass all of these, by the way, but my spirit of completionist demand that I do. Doggy. Doggy. Scary doggy. Scary armored doggy. Let's visit the world of wonders. Land of illusion. They sure aren't. All right.
거치적거리지만 마.
Here. You're on fire. They're not hounding around. Yeah, exactly. That's some dog. Okay. Okay, let's do this one. Dunk. I have the chance to like recover at the chapel anyway, so whatever. I'm kind of satisfied with this one, because so far, honestly, it's so far I slightly overleveled. I might have slightly overleveled for this shit. So I could say that for sure. I imagine like I just wait for someone to say, "Gee, you think?" Level 35 for like 20 something levels dungeon. Damn. Can't imagine it being me. Yeah, thank you, Dante, for being obvious. I murdered him. If you murder someone with your blow, I think that's a good blow. Thank you for that. Thank you for that undoubtedly helpful commentary, me. Well, fighting enough corroded inquisitors, we made our way through for the golden bow.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
보고 싶었나? My mono XP excavation was the thing. Getting through level 20 was painful. Oh yeah. Now it's a thing, and you can overlevel, which is good lord. Thanks for that.
고작 터뜨려주지. 목표 일시 무력화.
Kick. Ishmael kick. Yeah, I'm kind of glad why I played when I played. I'm really glad that I started playing it when I started playing it. There is a chance to go through the story without all the bullshit that might have been inhibiting that before.
일시 무력화.
완전히 녹아내렸네.
고작 터뜨려주지. 목표 완전 무력화.
Do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. I can hear the sound of something. Yeah, okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
천천히 가자니까.
Do-do-do-do. Hear beasts crawling.
짐승이 기어다니는 소리
You
들리지 않아?
hear beasts crawling somewhere? There certainly is the sound of something moving along the floor.
저것들도 환상체인가?
Are those abnormalities?
자세히 봐요. 환상체가 아니에요. 인장이 박혀
Take a
있어요.
closer look. These are abnormalities. See that emblem? Ishmael whispered softly to us. Upon closer inspection, I can see the emblems she mentioned. They were the ones worn by the Inquisitors.
에고 침식 현상이군요.
Ego corrosion has arrested them.
그 기분 나쁜 상태를 말하는 건가?
You mean the nauseating state?
전투 중에 멘탈이 흔들릴 때 그랬던 것 같은데 마치 뭔가에 잡아먹히는 것 같다.
I think it happened to me in battle once when I was on the verge of a breakdown. It was like I was being devoured.
우적우적 씹혀 먹히는 것과는 괴가 다르지만 본질을 좀 먹어 들어간다는 것을 생각하면 괜찮은 표현이네요.
Although it's not quite like consumption in the conventional sense, I do suppose that is a serviceable analogy, seeing as it eats away at your essence.
그리고 이 장소는 아까 층과는 다르게 의체들을 고문만 하는 장소가 아닌 것 같아요.
And in observation, unlike the last floor, this place does not seem to be exclusively for torturing prosthesis users.
스스로 침식을 강행시키는 장소라는 말이 타당하겠군요.
It would be fair to say that this purpose is to induce corrosion onto oneself. Staring at those beings stumbling about, it evoked a complex feeling that made me sigh. Is my artificial head really worth raging over? So much so that they would transform themselves into something far more hideous than having a clock for a head. Choosing to lose themselves, being possessed. What about when they claim the golden bow? What about when they claim the golden bow after going to these lengths? Will it even be used for their benefit? Then it occurred to me. Am I really so different from those unsightly zealots? When I'm searching for the golden bows without even knowing what they'll be used for. True. That's kind of that's kind of an interesting point here, my man, my guy. You absolutely have no fucking clue what they will be used for. It's just like trust me, bro, level of situation here. No one. Oh, okay.
로자, 교전 시작.
거기까지.
Okay.
세계로 들어가 보자.
Damn.
로자, 교전 시작.
Okay. Yay! Managed to acquire the ego here.
드릴 순 없었어.
Honestly though, like, is the fleshy monster's transformation really that worth it? I doubt it is. Somehow they think it is worth it somehow, and I'm like, that doesn't seem worth it at all. Bruh. Okay. Let's see.
내 뒤로.
Yeah, N Corp seems like a fucking bullshit company at this point. They don't even like try to bring anything productive to the scene. They just kind of like go humanity, and they proceed to lose humanity like fucking morons they are. Like, at least if they followed their own conventions of humanity to some level and remained pure humans, I'd understand that. But no. You have to be absolute fucking shitlords about it.
제거.
I'm partially convinced this is the fault of the dick gripper, the dick gripper lady. I'm not calling her the one who grips the hammer. She's a lame dick gripper. Huh? I mean, yeah, but surely. Oh, nice. We got a Gigo gift. Nice. We reached the next floor. All around us were familiar faces. All around were torches, devices, bits of flesh, gore, and undying townsfolk succumbing to pain. The least bearable of it all, the least bearable of all is the periodic whistling. That was brilliant reading from me, if you're the observer. Brilliant reading, observer. Brain work. Brain not work. Error.
내 뒤로. 거기까지.
다시 복구하긴 힘들다.
끝이.
Hooey.
로자, 교전 시작.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
Dead?
잘 갈렸고.
얼얼하지? 정신을 못 차릴 목표. 일시 무력화.
Dead? Dead?
녹아내렸네.
I mean, to be fair, all corpos, I realize all corpos are fucked up in one way or another, but at least some corpos are fucked up, are fucked up in less obvious ways. We can all agree on that, at least.
잠수 준비 끝.
That not all corpos are psychotic murdery kind of fucked up.
정출할게요.
Then again, I don't really know anything about the world, so maybe I'm wrong.
뭐라 하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야. 목표 일시 무력화.
One dead. Two dead.
거치적거리지
You'll handle
마.
this.
위험 요소 제거.
The Inquisitor Squad seems like just a small division of N Corp, so there can be worse within N Corp. Yeah, yeah. I feel like there can also be better within N Corp. Certainly a lot are way worse within the city itself. Yeah, but like, yeah, sure. There is the K Corp. K Corp, I'd say, isn't that bad, maybe? At least K Corp is more neutral, crazy science thing than anything. Bridge next door, all around us, yeah.
천천히 가자니까.
Within N Corps, they can be worse within N Corp. I think there can be also better because this kind of like, I don't know, this kind of radical kind of like way is prone to cause more trouble than it's worth. It's like basically the same situation with Don Quixote in a way. Just to my imagination, because Don Quixote is prone to cause troubles a lot of the time.
거기까지.
I imagine the Dig Gripper here caused a fair bit of issues for her management with the plans. Okay, let's see. I can do that. You can just handle this.
꽤잘 갈렸군.
Okay, cool. Okay, let's see. What's this order? The sinners frowned as the olfactory assault. Following their eyes, you can find an Inquisitor collapse on the floor. Definitely dead. The smell must be coming from the rotting corpse. While everyone was hesitant to approach, you see something sparkle. There seems to be something amidst the red remains. What did you do? What did you do? So another tries to jig in bobbles, would probably be willing to get Duke through this more than best to take them. On the other hand, someone uninterested in such things will not be happy to do this either. Yeah, that Inquisitor was I seem to have a decent luck though. Roshi found the bent sigil of N Corp between the mains. It might not have been worth reaching into a corpse for, but it has proved to prove useful somewhere down the line. You took the sigil and left the room, confronting the sinners and who were wretched at the sight. It might not have... okay.
죽이 좀 맞았어.
Used in certain events, expired on use. Okay. We reach the next door. You hear snappy mechanical noises through the closed door. Sounds like a cry for help. I focus for attention, begin to hear footsteps. Steel. Those are clangs of steel. Sinclair froze. It looks like an inquisitor is coming for them. What will he do? I knew it could handle you. Sinclair jumped as soon as you told him what to do. As you expected, the number of prosthetic people were bound by the ropes. Get out of here, quickly! As soon as he untied them, they hardly ran out of the room. Pastor, it's not a simple thank you. Some of the sinners complained, but the Sinclair looked satisfied with the deed. Calming them down, we left the room. We reach the next room. Oh yeah, the signs are very are important to collect, aren't they? The signs are important to collect, right? Because they seem to be like a very good Sinclair development item that turned into some probably really cool item. You just need 3, yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I just need 3. Like I imagine it turns as like a really cool item once I actually do collect them. Post. Okay. Donk, bonk. Donk! Oh, Dej. Bang! Ryoshu goes double kill! Ryoshu goes double kill. Double kill. Reach the next floor. Okay. The passage was red hot. Yeesh, that smelled my shoes. The citizens carefully approached the road, only to retreat from the overwhelming heat. Something was written on the sign in front of the passage. Prove your humanity, and through weakness and suppuration, sear a path with mobilization. It took no time at all to figure out what that meant. What will you do? Should we spend the seal here, or should we try the wrath check? Because is it gonna be used somewhere down the line when you don't where we need it more, or should I just use it here? I'm just curious in this situation. Okay, let's take a rough check. It won't work. Too many Inquisitors are guarding the other route. We had a sinner scout the perimeter. It looked like this path has the least resistance. Someone with burning might be able to bear this pain. Oh! Ryoshi ran across the heated room on bare feet. Their eyes frowned at the wretched smell of her burning flesh. Running with agony, Ryoshi made it to the other side. An altar with a red seal and a lever rose before them. When Ryoshi pulled the lever, the road quickly cooled. The rest of us were able to thread the path safely. Burned feet! The sealed identity is activated to 20 HP damage. So I did 20 HP. I got a gift token of innocence earned.
좀 맞았어.
What does token of innocence does? For the identity that undertook the right, boost the power of wrath skills by 2. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Burnt feet. Okay. Let's go upward first.
투입합니다.
Barbecue feet. Barbecue toes. Poor Russia.
고작 터뜨려주지.
I'm sure she enjoyed it at some level. She seemed to be the type.
내 뒤로. 거기까지.
목표 일시 무력화. 목표 완전 무력화.
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
완전히 녹아내렸네.
Good thing we had like an entire healing thing right immediately after that situation. Good thing we had that. At least within lore, we can say that she healed herself there.
잠수 준비 끝.
Also, she's also the type to mutilate you just because you found out about that. True. True. She is the type, isn't she? Oh, great. They now have snake arms. Wonderful.
정출할게요. 환상의 세계로 들어가 보죠. And then you maybe here.
내 뒤로.
She's the type of person who would want to pretend to be the sadist, right? But also secretly is a bit of a masochist as well. Like, she's secretly both, but she doesn't want anyone to learn about the second part.
거치적거리지만 마.
Which kind of makes sense. I don't realize what I don't at this point. I just don't understand what the fuck they mean by losing humanity.
거기까지. 그 정도인가?
They seem to be doing a good job of that on their own, really.
고작 터뜨려주지. 얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
Yep, same thought. Arguing with a stupid person. It's like I already told that arguing with a fanatical people is the same thing as arguing with someone like who's incredibly stupid. It's like not worth the time and effort anyway. It's like absolutely not worth it.
정출할게요.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Shattered.
고작 터뜨려주지.
허이쿠. 그 정도인가?
Nice. Nice. Like absolutely no arguing with these people at this point. It's like it's so disappointing in a way. These supposed defenders of humanity or some shit like that are absolute fucking monsters themselves.
거기까지.
Then again, there's a lot of that kind of irony within the city, it seems like.
내 뒤로.
파쇄 완료.
Kick!
완전히 녹았네.
No one ever is a hero in the city. They're definitely not some random employees from a corp. Yeah, obviously. They were obviously selected for some sort of for this mission and given full authority to act as they please.
꽤잘 갈렸고.
I mean, they went out of their way to being a hero with the red mist. If I had to choose, honestly, though, the fact of the thing about this is that they had a big meeting between the corporations, between them and K Corp, just to make sure that this whole deal comes through, and they can come in and investigate the village. So they were obviously chosen for this expedition specifically, and given exact permission to act however they seem to they please to. So I'm not counting on N Corp being any better than them, but I do count on them being more restrained by mutual destruction type of vibe. What is the next door? The left floor. Okay. Pedestal Ardano is engraved with nail and hammer. Must have something to do with N Corp. Is there a matters and you agree? Should you try to get something info on N Corp or? Ugh. The inconsiderate content only give you a headache. You decide to hold on to it now and read it later. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so these battles are here. Purifactory. Let's go here first. No, I didn't. It's yeah, I didn't. I don't think I did. okay, sacristy. There you go.
투입합니다.
It's here. Literally, I clicked on it as we talked, as you said about it. So what is this about? So much bodies. So much fucking bodies, my god.
거치적거리지만 마.
That was a rite of passage back for by then. Oh, okay.
있었어.
Okay.
모든 걸
Oh, so it was like a really big. It's like a really big fight, huh? I mean, I can see that for sure. Huh? Okay. Dominating. Ergo, let's do this. Let's do this maybe. This.
내 뒤로.
Oh, okay.
모든 걸
Okay, let's see.
순 없었어.
If I suck ass, that'd be kind of disappointing. Would not say it seems like a cakewalk to me. But whatever do I know?
오작 터뜨려주지.
These inquisitors are tough motherfuckers. Stop, motherfucker! Brach. Okay, at least one. I got one staggered. Okay. Okay.
오작 터뜨려주지.
The Brock tried to smashed my Rhodia. Swear to God. Stop smashing Rhodia. Sons of bitches.
로자, 교전 시작.
거기까지.
Stop smashing Rhodia, sons of bitches.
정신 못 차릴 거야. 깨부숴주마. 헛.
Okay. Okay. Stagger, stagger. Hopefully finish this guy off. Hopefully this finish this guy off. Just in case.
적출할게요.
깨부숴주마.
자, 완전히 녹아내렸네.
Okay.
거치적거리지만 마.
Bonk. Okay. Can I do? Oh yeah, read their counter skills when again. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I probably didn't utilize some of the counter skills correctly.
뭐라지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
적출할게요.
Okay.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거.
Okay. I'll probably replace Rhodia right now because she's like not good. I'll replace her with either. Let's see how I have 30 level. I'll have my Mersault, the appropriate level. Clearly, she's not okay. And the description above the closet gate reads: "Prove your terror, feats with this filled this vessel with tears. Lucky now you can find the supposed vessel next to an unpleasant-looking chair. What do you do?" Art thou gloomy? Apparently. Ismail sat on a chair. Dreadful screams filled the room. A constant stream of tears ran down Ismail's face. Soon enough, the ball was full of tears. When it was placed on the altar at the door, the altar slid down, opening things up. Gasp. Ismail's eye was shaking. It's probably best not to ask what they saw. There's a sign beyond the door. Taking the blue sigil, we left the room. Token of tears.
잘 됐네.
Okay. For when I cleared Canto 3. Yeah, it's a good utility unit. Really good. She managed to stun people very well, honestly. But let's do Mersault instead, because she's like not good. She's not good, like at all. at this moment.
고작 터뜨려주지.
널 풀린 것 같아. 그 정도인가?
뭐라지? 파쇄 완료.
거치적거리지만 마. 검을 덜 갈았었나? 꽤 잘 갈려.
Murder.
꽤 잘.
Murder. No, second wave, that's the first. I need 2 red ones. Okay, cool.
내 뒤로.
Ow.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
Okay.
내 뒤로. 위험 요소 제거.
Dead. Dead. Probably dead too.
위험 요소 제거.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
자연스러운 것이.
Burning kick. 3. Okay, that's interesting. No, this. That was a big battle, huh?
거치적거리지만 마.
I didn't notice there was like a three-person battle, 3-wave battle here.
변해 있었어.
Probably did grabbed a good choice by not having it, not having Rhodia here.
다시 복구하기 힘들고 완전히 녹아내렸네.
거치적거리지만 마. 끝이. 검을 덜 갈았었나?
자연스러운 것입니다. 헐, 그 정도인가? 잘 풀린 것 같습니다.
Bonk!
카페 완료.
I will be able to use his other ego next battle because I want to see how it looks like. I collected two raft tokens. So Purifactory, battle, altar of penance, altar of entrance, altar of penance.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면.
Okay. Now show me how the other Gago looks. If it still keeps. I hope it still keeps the thing. Ooh, lovely. Bonk.
내 뒤로.
Yay.
정지. 벗어날 수 없다.
Wow, that was pretty cool. That was actually pretty cool. Fucking punched the bastard into the ring of fire. To no one's surprise, chains were utilized. To absolutely nobody's surprise, chains were utilized.
거기까지.
True. But he still has a lot of fiery determination.
다시 완전히 녹아내렸네.
Yep. I love just exchanging dumb puns as we go. That's just amazing. I feel like anyone who joins in will like it's like a rite of passage. Anyone who joins in on this stream specifically, they have to go through the sea of puns. Oh, you're not good, I see.
내 뒤로. 위험 요소 제거.
진짜 들이받아주지.
Oh. Bonk! Wow, that was cool. That was actually pretty cool. Guess we grabbed the bull by the horns there, huh?
위험 요소 제거.
We got. Guess he sure grabbed the bull by the horns, eh? Marisol, ready to call up their bullshit. A passage is written above the large gate. Only those who repent may find motivation. Thorn yourself, all told, for the flagellation. You missed puns. You missed lots of puns and lots of self-mutilation. It's like he wants to impale ourselves on spikes. What will you do? Masochist! I rely on you. Okay. Her masochistic drive still continues to get stuff done. Ryoshi stood on the spike-laden device. You quietly nodded when the sinners looked back with trembling eyes. A terrible scream echoed through the hall. Soon enough, the door rumbled open. Inside, an orange sigil was waiting to be picked up. We took the sigil and ushered the impaled Ryoshi out of the hall. For the identity of the... Yep, okay. Common Ryoshi W, exactly. Ryoshi is a fucking beast, honestly.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
Ryoshi is a fucking beast from what I can see. Wave 1, yeah. Let's try not utilizing pride skills for too much, because we seem to be losing lots of sanity from those, even though they're like hit like a truck.
다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요?
Oh, wow, we just staggered all of them. Okay, cool.
위험 요소 제거.
We just staggered all of them. Okay, so let's return here. Let's reroute our activity here. Go here.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
We reroute our activity. Common Ryoshi W. Honestly, though, out of all the characters, I'd say my favorites so far are Ryoshi, Rodia, Faust, and I want to say Gregor.
잘 풀린 것 같습니다.
다시 복구하기 힘들 완전히 녹아내렸네.
Those are kind of my favorites so far.
오작 터뜨려주지.
끝이.
Even though we know jack shit about Ryoshu, she's just I don't know, she's just that sadistic badass that I don't think is a common thing in any gacha game. Because usually sadistic people are not really invited into the team because like everyone needs to be like nice and sunny and sunshiny. Or like the safe levels of edgy. She's just a sadistic psychopath. You find a row of glass containers in the corner of the main area. Inside them are dried organs and pieces of life showing active movement. A tragic display. The containers can be opened easily. You could take one of the pieces if you want. What will you do? You kind of won't put this, like you take anyone. You can only take a leave with the item you chose. Sniggering tongue. It's gonna be a brutal backstory again. I can imagine for sure. She couldn't have become a psychopath by a sunshiny life like that. Hideously transformed N Corp Inquisitors stood a guard against the gate. You move to attack, but they don't appear to be hostile in any capacity. Only exceptional ones are allowed in this place. To pass, you will prove yourself. Where are they? You aren't exactly sure what they meant by proving yourself. What should you do? Remember that you've been collecting. If these things your group went through were tests, then you received must be proof of your worth. You may pass. Inquisitors open the gate, wailing in bizarre voices. Take this with you. Receiving the item, we walk through the door. Ooh. Sinclair's determination to stand up Cromer after 3 strokes been drawn. All allies take blindness 20 damage from lost attacks. Ooh, okay. So this is what we've been doing so far. We dealt with all the three rituals, and that actually helps us big time here. So being a completionist does actually somewhat prove worth. Reach the next floor. All around us was torture device. Yeah, let's go.
예리한 검으로 하는 예술이 보고 싶었나?
보고 싶었나? Yo, Bummy.
거치적거리지만 마.
How you doing? How you doing today? I'm fighting spooky scary snake man people. Okay. A multitude tied in its hold. Wow. That is just like something you can just do.
고작 터뜨려주지.
Sleep at 2 p.m. Wake up at 11 p.m. Good, life good, life good.
써주마.
Nice.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
Ah, no, smash. Ishmael got smashed.
거치적거리지 마.
Ishmael got smashed.
그 정도인가?
Slightly, like lightly.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요?
제 불을 따라오십시오.
I'll smash Ishmael in any day. Absolutely. Yep. Agreed. Oh, this bastard just died. Okay. Just died. Okay, cool. Coolio. Cool beans. And I can do a rage one next check. Okay. And then the other has transforms into endless hills of corpses thanks to the golden bowsing's lens. Inquisitors in the midst of prayer to somebody can be seen. Okay.
천천히 가자니까.
The sea of corpses. I see endless mounds of dead bodies. The Inquisitors were raising their arms in unison as if to worship something. And the Cromer stood in the highest peak. She held out her hands in prayer-like gesture towards the golden bow atop the altar.
이미 자아심도가 열렸어요. 우리보다 먼저 황금가지와 공명했군요.
The phantom of the ego already open. I see someone has resonated with the bow before us.
대체 뭘 하고 있는 거야? 뭘 향해서 손을 뻗고 있는 건데?
Hell, the hell they're up to? What they're raising their hands for? Prayer.
이건 무슨 소리죠?
What is this sound?
어디서 많이 들어본 소리인데 왜인지 머리가 간지럽고 기분 나쁜.
It feels awfully familiar. Somehow annoyingly tingly and unpleasant.
학교 종소리잖아. 어지간히도 학교가 싫었나 보군.
It's school bell. Our boy hated school that much, eh? The playful conversation seemed to lighten the mood of the sinners. Save for one. The one who should have been the owner of the fathoms still showed unease.
아니야, 보여주고 싶지 않아요. 제 기억은.
No, I don't want to show my memories. They're... Unfortunately, his plea held no power of the realm.
자, 모두 잘 들어.
Alright, everyone, line up!
쥐는 자께서 말하신다.
The one who grips so declares.
쥐는 자께서 말하신다.
The one who grips so declares.
이단들이 우리의 신성한 의식을 방해하는 것도 모자라. 봉헌에 마땅할 재물에 눈독을 들이고 있다.
Not only those heretics disturbing our sacred rites, not only are those heretics disturbing our sacred right, they are now after the offering that is rightfully ours to concentrate. Permission is given.
불쾌하고도 불순하도다.
Disgraceful and defiled are they.
불쾌하고 불순하도다.
Disgraceful and defiled are they.
가서 죽어라. 그걸 두려워하지 마.
Go forth and die. Do not fear your end.
황금의 재물만 있다면 너희는 무한히 살아날 테니까.
As long as the offering of gold is with us, you shall be brought back to life again and again.
쥐는 자께서 함께하시니 두려움 없도다.
We shall not fear not, for the one who grips is with us.
쥐는 자께서 함께하시니 두려움 없도다.
We shall fear not, for the one who grips is with us.
그리고 싱클레어,
And Sinclair?
이리 와. 어서 내 손에 쥐어야지.
Hurry over. You belong in my hands.
쥐는 작게 부려지는 것은 생애의 으뜸 기쁨일지니.
No greater joy than to be wielded with, by the one who grips. She really wants to grip a dick, doesn't she? She really wants to grip a dick one. It's like this weird yandere vibe here. It's like I want this person, but like depressingly yandere. Not even like in any capacity charming. It's just depressing.
쥐는 작게 부려지는 것은 생애의 으뜸 기쁨일지.
No greater joy exists to be wielded by the one who grips. Hey,
싱클레어,
Sinclair,
봉천은 가져왔지.
did he bring the coin?
또래들이 모여 있는 쉬는 시간은 늘 떠들썩하다.
The breaks between classes are always lovely since everyone gathers around to talk.
어른들은 때때로 그런 우리를 멀찍이서 바라보며 흐뭇해하고는 했다.
The adults would often watch us from afar and take this as a heartwarming side.
하지만 어른들은 모를 것이다.
There's something they don't realize.
조금만 가까이서 보면 떠들썩한 시간이 시샘과 과시, 우월감과 간교 등으로
When you take a closer look,
뒤섞여 있다는 걸.
these merry interactions are brimming with envy, vainglory, pride, and guile.
그만큼 아이들은 교묘하다는 걸.
Children are crafty creatures.
옆반의 라훌은 아버지가 직접 양팔 시술을 해주신대. 심지어 아직 제대로 공개한 적도 없는 최신 기술이래지.
I heard Rahul from the next class over getting surgery on both arms by his father. Got me with some new tech that's never been shown before. How cool is that?
잡지에 나온 이 배우 알지? 우리 어머니한테 안구 시술 받기로 했다는 거 내가 말했나? 대기자가 너무 많아서 매니저랑 직접 와서 빌었어.
You know this actor on all the magazine covers? Did they even mention that they're getting an eye transplant at my mom's clinic? The waitlist was so long, they personally begged to be moved up.
한두 마디씩 던지는 친구들의 말에 나는 초조해진다.
I grow more anxious with each boastful story my classmates tell.
너는 뭐 없어? 라면서 쳐다보는 눈동자들은 금방이라도 비웃음과 멸시로 바뀔 것 같았다.
What could I share? That expectant eyes pointed at me like they could turn into scoffing leers at any moment.
이건 비밀인데.
This is depressing too. This is secret, but
침이 꼴딱
I swallowed nervously.
어쩌면 뭐
Maybe they weren't asking me for a story at all,
아닐지도 몰랐다. 하지만 나는
but I had to keep their curious eyes on me.
따뜻한 시선에서 그 순간 내팽개쳐질 것을 뻔하게 알고 있었으니까.
I knew for sure that I'd become an outcast the moment I looked away.
우리 아빠는 피사와 협약을 맺었어. 지금 개발 중인 기술들을 보더니 전폭적으로 지원해주기로 했대.
My dad signed a contract with K Corp. They saw the technology he was working on and agreed to give their full support.
맙소사. 나는 대체 무슨 생각으로
My-
그 사실을 털어놓았을까?
My goodness, what was I thinking when I spilled that?
그들의 눈밖에 나지 않으려던 공포에 섣불리 튀어나온 말이
Out of the fear that I'd be isolated for my peers, I carelessly spelled my ruin.
혹은 순간의 치기 어린 허세, 또래들 사이에서 잘 보이고 싶은 저열함이 뒤섞인
Maybe I was compelled by some childish urge or an inherent desire to be recognized by the other students.
기업 간의 비밀 협약이니 다른 사람들에게는 절대 말해서는 안 된다고 신신당부했던 아버지의 얼굴이 떠올랐다.
Now, Emil, this is a confidential agreement to our business. We mustn't tell another soul. His insistent reminder echoed in my head. I could see his face.
와, 그게 진짜냐, 싱클레어?
Whoa, is this for real, Sinclair?
피사면 그 날개 말하는 거야? 와, 완전 부럽다.
P Corp, like that wing? Wow, I'm jealous.
대화의 중심은 순식간에 나로 바뀌었다. 주위에서 흥미롭게 쳐다보는
We came to the center of conversation in a split second. I can feel the simulated eyes of the other kids is drawn to me. Yeah.
그건 꽤
Superiority was pretty damn sweet.
아마도 나는
I guess I was driven by a depraved craving for attention.
행동했던 것 같다.
그러고 보니 싱클레어, 너도 곧 받겠네, 의체 시술?
All right, Sinclair, your procedure's soon, isn't it? You know, the prosthetics.
당연하지. 제일 최신형으로 해주신다고.
Yeah, of course. They told me I'll get the newest model.
저들이 만약
They paid me just a bit of attention to my face.
유심히 보았다면 마뜩잖아 하는
They'd have noticed the reluctance in my expression.
눈치챘을 것이다. 하지만 다행히
Fortunately,
그런 것 따위
no one ever pointed it out.
쉬는 시간이 끝나고 주위에 아무도 남아있지 않았을 때에야 비로소
A massive wave of guilt eventually washed over me after our break was over and I was finally left alone.
비밀을 지키라고 했는데 아버지가 아시면 어떡하지?
I was supposed to keep this a secret. What if father finds out?
손톱에서는 어느새 피가
Blood was leaking through my
새어나오면서
fingertip.
불안할 때마다 손톱을 뜯던 버릇이 기어이 화를 불러일으켰던 것이다.
The bad habit of biting my nails whenever I felt anxious ended up hurting me.
나는 그 버릇을 고치기 위해 손톱도 최대한 짧게 잘랐었지만
I tried clipping them as short as I could to work on breaking it.
대신에 살점을 물어뜯게 될 줄은 모르고 있었던. 책상에 떨어지는 핏방울을 보면서 그런 생각이 들었다.
But I never considered that I might bite into my skin instead. Watching blood droplets fall on the desk, I thought of something.
졸업을 하면 의체 시술을.
Once I graduate, I'll get a prosthetic replacement.
그러면 영영 상처날 일도
I'll,
피를 보게 되는 일도.
I'll never get hurt or see my blood ever again.
하지만
But
그게 정말
is that really...
너 피가 나네?
You're bleeding.
경쾌한 휘파람 소리와 함께 책상 위로
Someone cast a shadow of my desk with a whimsical whistle.
말을 거니는 이름 정도만 겨우 기억할 정도로 교류가 없던 동급생.
She was a classmate I rarely talked to, so I could barely remember her name.
나는 당황스러움에 우스꽝스러운 말투로 더듬으며 대답했다.
Flustered, I started on my response awkwardly.
뭐라고?
What was that?
있잖아. 네가 아까 한 말 진짜야?
Is it what you said earlier? Is it legit?
진짜야.
Yeah, it's legit.
그렇구나. 니네 아버지 진짜로 대단하신가 보다.
See, your father must be a real big deal, isn't he? Yeah, I guess.
예상치 못한 찬사.
Unexpected flattery had me embarrassed.
아버지의 훌륭함이 꼭 내 미덕이라도 된 것처럼.
As if my father's greatness were somehow my own.
그런데 넌 왜 그런 표정을 지었어?
Why did you make that face?
너
Huh?
말이야. 속으로 그렇게 생각했잖아.
You know, you were thinking it to yourself.
그러더니 고개를 숙이고
And she lowers her head and whispers for only me to hear
조용히 속삭인다.
더럽다고.
that it's filthy.
눈동자가 커진다.
My eyes widen.
속마음을 들켰다는 당황스러움도 있었지만
Not just because I was surprised by how she knew what I was thinking,
애써 숨겼다고 생각한 의중을 어떻게 이런 낯선이가 눈치를
but the fact that
채는지
the total stranger like her had been able to figure out exactly what I'd been hiding.
어떻게 알았어?
How did you know?
뻔뻔하게 부정하면 될 일을 나는 바보같이 허를 찔렸다는 표정으로 되물어왔다.
I could have gotten away with it if I'd just denied her accusations, but tactlessly I'd asked her that with a dumbfounded look on my face.
왜냐하면 나도 너랑 같은 생각이거든.
Because I agree with you on that.
나랑?
You agree?
통하는 사람끼리 많은 게 보이는 법이지.
You can see a lot from those who are on the same wavelength as you.
반가워. 난 크로머야.
Nice to meet you. I'm Cromer.
그 이후로
Ever since then,
나는 크로머와 종종 이야기를 나누면서
Cromer and I became friends who talk often. Yeah, I figured. I figured it was something like that. She kind of weaved into his life. But she was always it was always extreme, much more extreme than he was. He didn't like prosthetics, but he was always much more extreme. She was always much more extreme about it, it would seem. Which ultimately spelled the demise of everything Sinclair held dear, because he ruined it himself. I imagine that's my speculation why he's a sinner. Because he did some bullshit. I think that's my current pet theory about what happened there.
거치적거리지만 마.
위험 요소 제거.
Sinners committed grave sins against themselves. One way or another. Yep, I figured. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think his sin is. If Rodya's sin was to go against her morality completely, and to no effect whatsoever anyway, like it was completely pointless. That was like everything. Not only what was it like a sin, a grave sin against whatever morality she has, it was a completely pointless one. Same happened with Gregor, where he completely abandoned his sense of self to go in.
같이 식사를 해야 하는 규칙이 있었다.
As household ruled, my family used to have a breakfast at the same table every morning.
온 가족이 식탁에 둘러앉아 이야기를 공유하고 격려나 농담이 오가는.
It was a pleasant time, and our whole family would share stories and encouraging words.
나는 그 시간이 좋았다. 그리고 그 규칙은 내게 한없이 부드럽고 온화하기만 했다.
Yeah. Yep, and the guilt. I like those mornings. The rule was ever so kind and gentle to my heart.
내게는 너무 당연한 바뀔 리가 없는 나의 세계.
A natural and changing world that belonged to me, my world.
그 세계가 슬쩍 위화감을 가지기 시작한 건
That world began to feel alienating one day.
나의 누나까지 의체 시술을 받고 식탁에 자리했던 그날부터였다.
The day when my sister sat at the table after her prosthetic transformation was complete.
아버지의 머리가 양철과 각종 전선, 회로로 이루어진 낯선 것으로 바뀌었을 때부터
My world has begun to change when my father's head was replaced with an familiar contraption of steel circuits and wires.
가족들 간의 식사는 더 이상 따뜻하고 밝은 세계가 아니었다.
Our family breakfast no longer provided warmth and connection.
불편하고
It became an occasion of detachment, where I talked less and less.
나는 의체로부터 태생적인 불결함을 느끼기 시작한 것이다.
I had started to feel inherent abhorrence for prosthesis.
더러워.
That's filthy.
신체를 뼈와 살이 아닌 다른 무언가로 대체해야 한다는 것이 도통 마음으로 받아들여지지가 않았다.
I mean, honestly, though, no, that's fair. I kind of see what you mean. The thing about this is that I don't understand why they choose these kind of prosthetics, right? It's like, it's so weird and ugly. Like, I can understand if you want to make yourself prettier by becoming a robot, right? Or like eternal. Why make yourself ugly blocks of steel? Like, what is this? What does this accomplish exactly? Like, what is this? It's like no features, nothing to recognize you by. You just become a faceless, ugly hunk of steel. At least I'd understand if you wanted to become a cyborg for aesthetic purposes. I could get that. But holy shit, like at least Ting Tang Gang boss looked really cool with like this one arm and everything in like a box shape. But he looked like really cool, right? Like this imposing frame to him, like just really cool stuff. But this just looks like robot servant number 3. City's prosthetics are pretty advanced, so I guess they felt like it was worth it. I don't know. It's not like that I hate how they look. It's more like it's just like it's so ugly. My heart couldn't accept the idea of replacing one's flesh and bones with something else, let alone the need for it. I mean, I don't agree. I don't really care about the sex appeal as much as it's just aesthetic pleasure. Aesthetic, like just looking at it, cool. This, I doubt that it will. I doubt even looking in the mirror would feel nice with these kind of things, to me anyway. Like, at least you have a clock head. That's really cool. Like, it's not a sex appeal thing, but it's just like, clock head is cool. You look really cool with a clock instead of a head, even though you can't talk, but still. At least try to flare it up a little bit. Try to make it look more, I don't know, humanoid or something? Like, interesting. Make it interesting. Not just like blocks of steel of vaguely shaped of vague shapes. My heart couldn't accept that idea, yeah.
왜 우리는 의체를 사용하는 걸까?
Why do we use prosthetic bodies?
조심스럽게 이유를 물어보니 돌아오는 대답은 간결했다.
Carefully asked for an explanation, and the reply was simple.
인간의 몸은 고리타분하다는 것이었다.
The human body, in its unmodified state, is too old-fashioned.
먹지 않으면 배고파하고 자지 않으면 피곤해하고 다치기라도 하면 회복을 기다려야 하고
It needs to be sustained with food, revitalized with sleep, lest it should fail from fatigue, and injuries take a long time to heal.
이 모든 것들은 한없이 비효율적이다.
All this makes the human body incredibly inefficient. I don't disagree on that. Fleshy things tend to be very fragile. That's fair, but at least make it cool looking, like Adeptus Mechanicus. Adeptus Mechanicus are cool. Like, they're just cool. Necrons are cool. They're really cool, and they're effective. Don't make just triangle head, round head, and box with a slide with a section to slide your credit card in. Creativity, guys, creativity. You have the ability to create anything, any form of prosthesis, and you just triangle, like a circle with a dot, like a box. I grabbed the box, I just slid my credit card, and that's your head now. Well, this makes the human body, yeah.
그러니 시간이
Cloud concluded that prosthesis.
비율은 늘어갈 것이며 결과적으로 의체의 일상화는 곧 필연이라고 했다.
Yeah, exactly. Credit card receiver and a triangular arcade machine's coin slot. Very pretty. Exactly. It's just, I don't know. It's losing your identity as a person. At least have some sort of dignity as a person and have yourself an identity instead of this fucking stupid shit. He concluded that prosthesis will grow more commonplace as time goes on and ultimately become a regular part of our daily lives.
나는 속으로
I thought to myself,
그럴 거라면 차라리 도태되어 버리는 게 낫지 않을까?
why don't I just fall behind the times when if that's what the mainstream will be?
논리 정연하게 그 말에 반박을 할 수는 없었지만.
That wasn't an argument rooted in logic.
싱클레어, 의체 시술 받는 거 사실 마음에 안 들지?
No, Sinclair, you don't actually want to take the replacement procedure, do you?
나는 조용히 끄덕였다.
I know that is the word.
하지만 부모님한테 솔직하게 말했다간 그들이 속상해하실.
But your parents sure wouldn't like it if you confess that.
아무것도 할 수 없는 게 원망스럽지.
And it's frustrating that there is nothing you can do about it.
다시 한번.
내가
I know it again.
도와줄까? 그런 것 따위 받지 않고 자유롭게 살아가도록.
Whatever help you out. You could live a freer life with no worries about any of that junk.
어떻게?
But how?
그건 다음에 말해줄게.
That you'll find out next time.
그 대신
In exchange,
내가 너의 원망을 해소해주듯이 너도 나의 원망을 이뤄줘.
in return for helping you with your problem, you'll help me deal with the grudge of my own too. Yep. And this is how everything went to complete fucking dog shit. Cromer, I think, frankly used him. Cromer used him very. It's like not even like absolute. Not. It's very obvious what happened here. Huh? You know what? Since you guys don't talk to, since the guests don't talk to Moonie, I will gonna switch it to just reading the chat. I think that's fair.
거치적거리지만 마.
Okay, let's test it.
위험 요소 제거.
끝. 검을 덜 갈았었나?
Test.
Okay, cool.
Test.
바닥 풀린 것 같습니다.
Let me do it again. I did accidentally do it twice. Okay, two. Okay, let me see. Chat.
Test.
Okay, cool. It works. Lovely. Damage.
지적거리지만 마. 꽤잘 갈렸고.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I'll just have the chat be read out loud. Sheesh. Okay. Hearing bells that may be familiar to some and new to others, we peek into Sinclair past. He sits in the middle of the lively classroom full of chatty students.
이 불꽃이 필요하시다면
어느 날 옆반에 데미안이라는 이름의 전학생이 왔다.
One day, a new transfer student named Damien was placed in the class next to 9.
전학생 주위는 언제나 사람들로 둘러싸여 있었지만
He was surrounded by a crowd every time I saw him.
사실 그는 그 누구도 좋아하지 않는 것만 같다는 생각이
But I got the sensation that he didn't feel attached to anyone around
내
him.
눈에는 데미안이 그저 공기에 부유하듯 떠 있는 것 같아 보였다.
To me, he seemed as if we were almost floating in the air. He was aloof like that.
마찬가지로 그 또한 내게 별다른 관심이 없어 보였다.
Likewise, he didn't seem too interested in me either.
처음에는 그랬다.
That's how it was at first either, at least.
그날은 지루하기 짝이 없는 공학 수업 시간이었다.
It happened during a boring engineering class.
칠판에서 자꾸 시선이 어긋나 결국 나의 눈은 어느새 창문 밖을 향하고
My eyes kept drifting away from the board, and before I knew it, they were looking out the window instead.
그 창문 너머에는 산책을 즐기고 있는 그가 보였다.
Through that window, I saw him taking a walk.
그는 언제나 그랬던 것처럼 친구들에게 둘러싸이면서 옅은 웃음을
Like
짓고
usual,
있었는데
he was surrounded by his fellow students wearing a faint smile.
그 웃음마저도 또래들과는 다른 성숙하면서도 외로워 보이는 낯선 웃음이었다.
Even his expression felt different from the kind someone's kid should make. That smile carried a mature yet solitary aura.
그러다가 그가 햇빛을 받으며
Basking in sunlight, he stroked his hair. Huh?
순간 그의 이마에 무언가 신비롭고
I thought I caught a glimpse of some weird red thing on his forehead.
잘못 보았던 걸까? 순간적으로 햇빛이 너무 강렬하게 비쳤던 탓인지
Was I mistaken? Maybe it was the blinding sunlight reflected off his skin.
그러다가
And then
눈이 마주친 것만
I had a feeling I made eye contact with him. Oh, little smile.
여전히 창밖에서 아이들의 대화 소리.
Some students were still chatting outside.
나는 그의 시선을 느끼자마자 황급히 책상 아래로 눈을 내리깔았다.
As soon as I felt his gaze, I quickly averted my eyes and looked down at my desk, blushing.
그 기묘한 사건 이후로 데미안은 곧잘 친근하게
Ever since a strange incident,
시작했다.
Damien started to talk to me in a friendly manner.
신기하게도 데미안이 내게 오는 날이면 크로머는 아는 척을 해오지 않았다.
Oddly enough, on the days when Damien approached me, Cromer didn't come to greet me.
다만 기회가 있을 때마다 내게 다가와서 약속에 대해 잊지 않았는지
Nevertheless,
재차 확인을 하곤 했다.
whenever she had the chance to, she'd come and make sure that she remembered her promise.
난 종종 꿈을 꿔, 싱클레어.
I often have this dream, Sinclair.
그 꿈속에서 나는 아주 기다란 사다리를 타고 올라가지. 그러면 땅 전체가 한
Damien.
둥지와 뒷골목.
He has a whole ass sprite. Interesting. Is that an important character? In it, I climb endlessly long ladder. Then everything down below comes into view. The nest, the back streets, the outskirts, all of it. I think what the symbol on his forehead reminds me is the thing we got for the signs. That's what it reminds me of. The thing on his forehead. It's also the same color, and I think I vaguely noticed the shape is similar to what we eventually got as after collecting all three signs.
Very observant.
그런 다음에 내려다보면 이번엔 온 도시에 불이 꺼져 있어.
Sorry, not sorry.
모든
It's
곳에
fine.
종말이 다가온 듯 말이야.
And when I look beneath my feet, all the lights are out in the city, as if the end of things had come.
어떤 움직임도 보이지 않는 고요한 죽음.
Fell into silent death, empty of any motion.
맞아. 그건 죽음 그 자체인 거야.
Indeed, it's the state of death itself.
데미안, 넌 외곽에 가본 적이 있는 거.
Damien, have you been to the outskirts?
나는 두려워해. 속삭여 물었다.
I whispered to him, frightened.
외곽은 누구도 가선 안 되는 곳이고 갈 수도 없는 장소였으니까.
He was talking about the forbidden place where no one could or should go.
싱클레어, 세상은 사람들이 정한 것처럼 가야 할 곳과 가지 말아야 할 곳으로 나눠지는 것이 아니야.
Sinclair, the world as people want to define it can be divided into places where you should and shouldn't go.
너는 이 둥지에 자유와 사랑이 존재한다고 생각하니? 외곽은 오히려 이것보다 풍요로워.
Daily love and freedom can be found within the confines of this nest. Compared to here, life is much richer in the outskirts.
나는 오래전부터 생각해오던 것이 있었고 어쩌면 외곽에서 그 답을 찾을 수 있을지 모른다고 생각했거든.
There is something I've been pondering for a long time, and I thought maybe that's where I could find the answer.
데미안과 이야기할 때면 나는 내 영혼이 조금 더 성숙해지는 것이 느껴졌다.
Whenever I spoke with Damien, I could feel my soul mature a little.
하지만 의치 시술에 대한 나의 두려움이라던가 크로머와의 기묘한 관계라던가 하는 건
But I never mentioned my fears about the upcoming prosthetic procedure or my peculiar relationship with Cromer.
그는 나에게 이것저것을 궁금해하긴 했지만 나는 불어 말하지 않았다.
Even though he wanted to know more about me, I was hesitant to share my secrets.
내 안에 은밀한 두려움까지 끄집어내기에는
I was too ashamed to bear my deeply hidden fears before him.
그리고 마침내
And finally,
크로머와의 약속의 날이 다가왔다.
the promised day has come.
싱클레어, 너희 집에 있는 지하실 말이야.
Yo, Sinclair,
시켜줄 수 있어?
can you show me a basement?
그녀의 말은 너무나도 갑작스레. 그리고도 깃털마치 가볍게 들려왔어.
Her words struck me out of nowhere, and they were as light as a feather.
떨어진 지우개를 주워달라고 하는 것만큼 당연한 부탁을 하는 것만 같아. 나도 모르게 긍정하려는 것을 간신히 막아야만 해.
She asked me that as though it was something that simple as picking up an eraser, and I almost caught myself agreeing to it.
우리 집 지하실은 왜?
Why our basement exactly?
내가 우연히 들은 이야기가 맞다면 그곳은 엄청난 곳과 연결되어 있거든. 꼭 확인해봐야 할 게 있어.
If the rumor I just so happened to hear is right, your house is connected to a scandalous place. There's something I've got to check.
하지만 부모님이
But my parents
좋아하지 않으실 텐데.
won't like it.
그런 말들은 나조차 말해.
I couldn't even bring myself to finish this humiliating sentence.
내가 확인만 제대로 할 수 있다면 싱클레어.
You let me check it out, Sinclair?
저번에 했던 약속 확실하게 지킬 수 있다고.
I'll swear I keep the promise with you. Cross my heart.
지하실 열쇠를 몰래 가져와주면 길 안내는 내가 할 수 있으니까.
Just sneak me the basement key and I can navigate just fine.
그녀의 말에 숨어있는 기시감을 끝끝내 찾아내지 못한 나는 천천히 고개를 끄덕였고
Unable to detect the faint familiar feeling hidden in her words, I slowly nodded.
그렇게 악의 세계가 우리 집 한가운데에서.
Thus the world of evil began there, right in the middle of our house. Yeah, I figured. I figured it was something like that. Oh my god. So you have Damien and Cromer. Those two forces trying to pull out from both sides. And ultimately he sided with Cromer. Which doubt he will ever not regret.
오작 터뜨려주지.
그 정도인가? 잘 풀린 것 같습니다. 완전히.
A sin can be different, ultimately.
오작 터뜨려주지.
Forms of sin can be completely different.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거. 내 뒤로. 허이후. 위험 요소 제거.
Fire, fire!
위험 요소 제거.
Oh man. It's so it's so complicated. Like genuinely, it's so complicated to think about. Well, like, on one hand, he couldn't really expect Cromer to be what Cromer is at this point. She was a classmate. At worst, I imagined he could think there will be some mischievous thing happening. Not this. Not this fucking thing. He was naive. He was naive, and that naivete caused him everything. In a way, that's more depressing than actual malice.
지하실 열쇠를 몰래 훔친 후 나는 약속했던 대로 크로머와 만나.
After stealing the key without my parents noticing, I took Cromer to the basement of my estate as I had promised.
크로머가 안내한 곳은 지하실 속 좁은
From there, she led me to a dirty air vent.
풍구를 한참 기어가자 어둡고 매캐한 냄새가 가까워지고
Crawling in the unit vent for a while, a dank, grimy odor and the sounds of small critters scuttling about assaulted my senses.
옷은 점점 더러워지고 있었고
The grooming room, 0.
집에 돌아가고
Oh no, not the grooming room.
간절해져만 갔다.
My clothes were stained with filth, my throat was parched, and I was overcome with desire to go back.
그때 여태까지와는 다른 냄새가 주변을 감싸고 있다는 사실을 눈치챘다.
That's what I noticed, that the smell when I was picked up had just changed from the stench so far.
너도 느껴지지?
Can you feel it?
크로머가 속삭이는 소리가 들려와.
Cromer whispered to me.
앞에 뭔가 있는 거야.
There's something up ahead.
만약 돌아가야 할 마지막 기회가 남아 있다면
This might have been the last chance to turn. I had to turn back.
지금이라도 그녀를 만류하고 온갖 달콤한 회유를 끼얹으며 다음을 기약하는 게 나았을지도 몰라.
Might have been better to dissuade her with all kinds of sweet plactations to leave and come back later.
그녀에게 그따위 사탕 발림이 통하지 않을 거라는
Even if I knew that empty flattery wouldn't work on her.
하지만 나는 갑자기 사악한 호기심이 들기 시작했다.
But before I could try, a vile curiosity came over me.
처음으로 악당들과 같은 세계 속으로 걸어가고 있다는 느낌이.
I was entering a world where villains belong for the first time.
왜였을까?
And for some reason,
나는 돌아가는 것을 포기했다.
I gave up turning back.
그게 마지막 기회라는 것을 어렴풋하지만 확실하게.
All while knowing in my heart that I was squandering my last chance.
그 광경은 정말이지. 두 번 다시는 보기 힘들
Oh, the
정도로
loathsome sight I had to witness.
장면이었다.
It was something I couldn't think of to behold twice.
이걸 단순히 괴물이라고 표현할 수 있을까?
Could monstrosity be an apt description for what I saw?
그러기에는 지성이 있는 것처럼 보였고 인간이라고 하기에는 어딘가 단단히 잘못된 듯이 보였다.
It seemed too sentient for that, yet it also seemed decidedly wrong to say that it was even remotely human.
두려움에 몸부림치며 나는 이 세계에 발을 들인 것을
Shuddering in fear, I started to regret stepping into this world.
왜 기회를 걷어차고 나서야 다시금 기회가 올 수 없을지 기원하는.
Sinclair, you idiot. Look at yourself, hoping by some miracle to get another chance right after you've wasted it.
그런 후회와 함께 이건 아마 죽을 때까지 잊을 수 없는 장면이 될 거라는 확신이 뇌리를 파고 들어왔다.
Along with my regret, I had the feeling that I'd never forget what I saw that day until the moment I die.
그럼 나는
Cromer,
돌아가야겠어.
I've gotta go back.
하지만 크로머는 달랐다.
On the other hand, Cromer was enraptured.
그녀는 아주 황홀한 일생에 대단한 무언가를 마주한 사람처럼
She was mesmerized by the scene, watching intently,
취해 있었다.
as though she had made a discovery of a lifetime.
어떤 말도 들리지 않는 것처럼 보이는 크로머를 두고
Leaving Cromer all enamored to herself, I crawled back to the exit. Oh no, she croomed. She croomed.
왜 우리 집 근처에 그런 끔찍한 곳이 연결되어 있는 걸까?
Why is my basement connected to such a horrid place?
왜 크로머는 이 사실을 알고
How did Cromer know this?
왜 크로머는
Why isn't she scared either?
뒤에서 바람을 타고 크로머의 오싹한 휘파람 소리가.
I can almost hear Cromer's spine-chilling whistles with the wind blowing from behind.
다음날 크로머는 아무렇지 않게.
The very next day, Cromer came to school as if nothing had happened.
싱클레어, 내게 귀중한 것을 보여줘서 정말 고마워.
Sinclair, thank you so much more for showing me precious things.
이건 내 보답이야.
Take this as my hand, thanks.
그러더니 그녀는 정체모를 동전 2개를
She handed 2 mysterious coins to me.
쥐어주었다.
항상 가지고 있도록 해. 알았지?
Always keep them at your side, got it?
고개를 끄덕이지 않을 수는 없었다.
All I could do was nod. Oh, that's what happened. She gave him a token. I think she gave him a token of some sort that's basically saved his life. whenever the Inquisition came, and they did came before, it saved his life. They let him live. They let him live because Cromer was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna. You did all this for me, so I'm gonna save your life. Here you go. That's the theory."
그 후 매일 밤 환풍구 너머의 그 풍경은
Since then,
악몽처럼 나를 괴롭혀댔고
the things I saw in that vent constantly haunted my mind,
나는 자연스레 크로머를 피하게 되었다.
and I began to consciously avoid Cromer.
그녀를 바라보는 것만으로도 두려움과 기시감에 절여져 떨어들 내가 그려졌다.
I could picture myself involuntarily trembling in terror just by looking at her.
그러나 아직 크로머에게는 받아내야 할 것이 있었다.
That was something I needed to take back from her.
지하실 열쇠.
The basement key.
만약 부모님이 우연이라도 열쇠 정리를 하는 날엔 금방 들통이 날지도 모르는 일이었다.
My parents could find out any moment. 1 minute of sorting the keys is all it would take.
나는 따뜻한 세계에 계시는 부모님을 처음으로 배신했고
For the first time, I betrayed my parents, living in a world of warmth.
더 이상 그들의 세계와는 같은 곳에 있지 않다는 것을 확정당하는 것이
I was
싫어.
afraid that my deviation from their world would end up becoming an irrefutable fact.
크로머, 이제 돌려주지 않을래?
Cromer, won't you give it back now?
뭘 말이야?
Give back what?
지하실
The basement key.
용기를 쥐었잖아.
Must have the courage to ask one day.
크로머는 예상치 못한 말을 들었다는 웃음을 터뜨려댔고 겁에 질린 나는
Cromer burst into laughter, as though she didn't expect this from me, intimidated to slowly step back.
무슨 말을 하려고 그렇게 쩔쩔매는 했더니
Oh, and here I was wondering what you were struggling so hard to say.
좋아, 돌려줄게. 싱클레어, 열쇠는 이제 우리한테 필요 없거든.
Fine, you can have it, Sinclair. I don't need the key anymore.
그리고 말이야,
And besides,
네 원망은 틀림없이 이루어질 거야, 싱클레어. 의치 시술을 받지 않고 싶다는 거 말이야.
your grudge will certainly bear fruit, Sinclair. You didn't want to get your procedure, right?
약속 기억하지? 너는 내 원망을 이뤄줬거든. 그 보답이야.
I love how confident she is in this. Like, oh, you were just asking that. Whatever. It's like I was like, what the fuck were you trying so hard to ask? Sorry, it's like fireworks outside for some reason. Why are there fireworks? Give me a moment. Okay, why was there fireworks? Weird. Remember a promise? If you filled up my grudge, so it's only fair that I pay you back.
열쇠를 받았다는 안도감에 사로잡혀 크로머가 무슨 이야기를 하는지 정확히 알아차리지 못했던 내 무지함을
I was too absorbed in the relief of getting my key back to realize what Cromer was really talking about.
That's weird, lol.
It's real, and I curse my ignorance for it. I think
크로머가 말하는 우리가 누구였는지
about what Cromer's "we" really meant.
Someone wanted to have a banger celebration of some sort, I guess.
Yep, I think that someone is having a birthday maybe, and there was like having a celebration thing.
왜 이제는 필요 없다고 한 건지 내 원망을 어떤 식으로 이뤄주겠다는
About why she said it's not needed anymore, and how she was going to fulfill my grudge.
단 한마디도 묻지 않았던 내 어리석음을
I didn't think to question a single thing. And for that,
후회하고 저주한다.
I regret my inaction. I curse my foolishness. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I figured that something was happened. Cromer used him and then was like, "Ah, I'm gonna let you live for it. Here, have these coins." That's shitty, isn't it?
적출할게요.
That's just plain shitty.
내 뒤로.
Oh my god.
다시 복구하긴 힘들걸요?
자연스러운 것입니다.
얼얼하지? 정신 못 차릴 거야.
오작 터뜨려주지. 파쇄 완료.
That's depressing. That is as depressing as I thought it would be.
투입합니다.
결국 크로머한테 열쇠를 넘겼어.
So you ended up giving Cromer the key.
어떻게 알았어?
How do you know that?
데미안은 말을 하지 않은 것까지도 모두 알아채는 능력이 있었다.
Damien had this ability to grip on things I'd never mentioned to him.
언젠가 그에 관해 물어보았더니 사람을 자세히 관찰해 보면 알게 될 일이라고만 말했을 뿐.
When I asked him about it, he just said it's
자세히는 말해주지 않았다.
something you learn by carefully observing others, and didn't elaborate further.
싱클레어, 앞으로 더욱 힘들고 괴로운 일들이 널 연달아서 덮쳐올지.
Sinclair, a series of much more painful events may await you in the future.
하지만 포기해선 안 돼.
But you mustn't give up.
그 고통이 널 더욱 아름답게 성장시켜줄 거니까.
The pain will foster your growth into a beautiful being.
제 아무리 어려운 말도 데미안의 입을 거치면 모두 그럴듯해지고마는. 그에게는
Okay, so Damien is part of the reason why he kept his sanity after all this, in a weird way. No matter how complicated and perplexing those statements seemed, Damien's mystic charm made them all sound convincing.
그의 말을 들으면 나는 꼭 성장할 수 있을 것 같았다. 그럴 가치가 있는 존재가 될 수 있을 것 같았다.
Listening to his speech gave me the hope that I could really grow. I was hopeful that I could become a worthy being. That's the signs. That's the signs. That's the signs of all the pain that he's experiencing is finally giving him some growth into a mature individual. Because of that, he was like very easily manipulated, very easily dejected, has absolutely no backbone of his own whatsoever. I think this whole situation left him completely unable to cope with trusting people as well. Cause fuck me. If my friend ended up being Cromer and after and she chromed all over my life, I wouldn't know what to do with it anymore. Especially if it was all my fault. That's just my speculation right now, by the way. Interesting.
하지만 잘은 이해가 안 돼. 데미안.
Yeah, but I don't really get it though, Damien.
네가 알아내. 그런 다음에 나에게 답을 말해줘.
It's up to you to find that out. Make sure to tell me your answer when you do.
말투는 부드러웠고 눈은 웃고 있었음에도 어째서인지 그래야만 할 것 같다는 생각이 들었다.
His voice was soft and his eyes imparted pleasantness, but I still felt compelled to do as he said.
그 눈동자에는 분명 특별한 힘이 있는 게.
His eyes must have held some kind of power.
눈만 마주치면 힘이 풀리고 무력해지는 특별한 힘.
Disarming those who make eye contact with him, sapping them of mental strength. But
왜 일말의 언급조차 해주지
if that's the case, why didn't he warn me?
나는 지금까지도 궁금해지곤 한다.
It's something I still ask myself to this day. Probably wasn't his place to. I'm not exactly sure what or who is Damien, but he's clearly not your ordinary citizen of the nest. He doesn't seem in any case ordinary whatsoever. I've said this.
적출할게요.
Ah, fuck. Fuck. Wrong decision. Okay.
Damien is in the trailer, so he's expected to reappear quite a lot.
Really? That's interesting.
거기까지.
Yeah, Damien seems like one of those characters who are absolutely important, but they hide their importance behind like seemingly random events.
거치적거리지만 마.
위험 요소 제거.
Like he's clearly not just a random NPC from Sinclair's life. He's clearly a bigger figure than that. Same to me, same kind of Siegfried kind of vibes the same. He's like a big figure that will reappear. Wonder who's the red mist you mentioned, by the way. No wonder where that. I think I know who Red Mist is. I actually installed the is the woman, is the smoking woman, redhead woman with the blade, with the fleshy blade, right? She's like she's this scarred badass. I don't know her because of the game. I know her because she's a mod in Darkest Dungeon. Someone modded her into a Darkest Dungeon character.
Get that, sir.
Yep, someone modded her in Darkest Dungeon character. I've been using her occasionally in my playthroughs because she's really cool. Pretty sure that's the only of the Project Moon stuff they got that got modded into Darkest Dungeon, but someone did modded it.
Darkest Dungeon fandom handshake PM fandom.
Yep, seems like it. No, someone really did go to a lot of to a big length to mod her in. She had her own unique art style, her own unique animations. They went like a really big length to do it. It was Christmas Eve, and the whole town was filled with jingles and joy. Under the blessing of the Holy Light, I was planning to confess my sin to my family. I want to tell them I made a foolish mistake of stealing the basement key, and that I'd go back to being a good son. The short time I spent away from the right path was agonizing, that I learned how peaceful and fulfilling the world I'd been living truly was. My family might be surprised at first, but I was sure they'd welcome me back into their paradise. That's how it should have been. However, huh? I was supposed to hear a robot dog greet me when I stood at the gate, but my home was covered in silence and darkness. When I walked inside, I was confronted with a fall in paradise. Sinclair, run. Someone smashes my father's head. It's a disturbing individual wearing rusty silver armor. Guido! I want slightly of these non-humans to still admire humanity in displays false emotion. Guido!
내버려둬 기도. 불순물들 특유의 생존 본능이야.
Let's not impede those impure things be Guido. It's their survival instincts kicking in.
아니, 전기가 끊기는 것을 두려워할 뿐이라고 하는 게 맞나?
Or should I say, they're scared of shutting down?
기계 파편과 피, 살점들이
Pieces of metal, flesh, and blood fly into the air before hitting the floor.
떨어진다.
싱클레어, 너 왔구나.
Sinclair, you're here!
피와 살점이 묻은 망치를 든 채로
Cromer approaches carrying a hammer stained with the blood and flesh.
아, 이거 말이야.
Oh, this thing.
난 옛날부터 저런 더러운 놈들이랑 조금만 엮여도 불결해서 참을 수가
Ever since I was little, I couldn't stand being involved with filthy affronts of humanity like these.
왜냐하면 나는 사람을 사랑하는
Because I'm a humanitarian who loves all things human.
그런데 그런 불순한 새끼들의 자식이기까지 하면
Imagine how it feels to face the son of the pack of those affronts to humanity.
내가 널 어떻게 해야 할까, 싱클레어?
Yeah. Just what should I
My
do with you?
intrusive thoughts told me to kick those knees.
Yeah, kick the knees. Kick the knees. Kick the knees right now. Just what should I do with you, Sinclair? Hmm?
나의 다리는 힘이 풀린 지 오래다.
My leg's long given up.
입도 마찬가지다.
My mouth could move.
온몸의 모든 요소가
As if my whole body refused to cooperate.
눈앞에 크로머의 발이 보였다. 차마 고개를 들 수도 없었다. 그렇게 가까워져서야
I saw Cromer standing right before me. I couldn't dare to look up.
질끈 감겼다.
Terror kicked in with the realization that she was so close to me, and my eyes shut themselves tight.
아버지와 어머니와 누나를 으깬 살점이 남아있는 저 망치가 나를 향해 다가올 거란
The thought that
생각이
same
견딜 수
hammer
없을 정도로
that
두려웠다.
crushed my father, mother, and sister would come for me was unbearable.
Hi Theo and Moonie, how are you both beaming? Face, with, smiling, eyes, grin.
Welcome, Shadow. We are going through depression. Depression, the storyline, aka Sinclair's backstory, but nothing happened.
의아해진 나는 조심스럽게 눈을 떠서
Confused, I carefully opened my eyes and lifted my head.
크로머는 나를 바라보고 있었다.
Cromer was watching me.
언젠가 내가 책상에 앉아 있을 때 자신의 이름을 알려주며 말을 걸어왔을 때처럼 완벽한 미소를
Making a perfect smile, just like the one she'd made when she first came to my desk and told me her name.
하지만 너는 내 영웅이야, 싱클레어.
Well, you are my hero, Sinclair.
그러더니 내 교복 셔츠 주머니에
She then reaches out into the pocket of my school shirt and reaches out and takes a coin.
나에게 쥐어준 두 잎의 동전.
It's one of the two she handed me the other day.
앞으로 무엇이든 의심하고 불안해하고 끊임없이 나를 떠올리면서 겁에 질린 채 살아.
From now on, you'll doubt everything, be anxious of everything, and live in ever constant terror as your memories of me haunt you. Hey, Zaz.
그러다가 때가 되면 내가 널 부를 거야.
And when the time comes, I will call for you.
어이,
Hello.
이 아이를 안전한 곳으로 옮겨. 누구라도
Hey, Ziz.
되면 내가 가만두지 않겠어.
Hey, someone take this kid to safety. Lay a finger on him and I'll make you regret it.
엄습하는 이명과 구둣발 소리 그리고 어지러움 속에서
Mirrors the piercing noise, storms of heavy footsteps in disorientation.
나는 그대로
I
기절.
lost consciousness. Yep, she was already the one who grips back then. She was already there. She just basically infiltrated the place to destroy it, and probably probably gained the access to the fleshy monstrosities that lay underneath the dimension. Now that seems like a plan.
셰프를 따라오십시오.
I'm not saying I'd let Cromer nail me to the wall, but
I cannot disagree that she's hot though. In her own interesting way. That she has that vibe to her.
내 뒤로.
꽤 잘 가려고. 꽤 잘 가려고.
위험 요소 제거.
She definitely has that vibe to her that is not describable. Let's do this.
거치적거리지만 마.
환상의 세계로
Okay, okay, okay. Let's get this. Let's get this. Nice.
거기까지.
Okay. Dominating, dominating, dominating. Is this favored?
오작 터뜨려주지.
Kill. Probably, maybe. Yeah, kill.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
I guess the Project Moon succeeded in making a yandere in their own unique way. As in, holy shit, she's evil kind of way. I'm not exactly sure what drives her. What feelings drive her towards Sinclair exactly? Is it like possessiveness or something? I don't know.
Cromer is a good villain, I agree, but you're gonna see a better antagonist later. Not a better villain, a better antagonist.
Yes, I wouldn't say it's similar to Brave 9. It's completely different gameplay wise from Brave 9. I played Brave 9, by the way. It's a little different. Hidden bells that may be familiar to some and new to others. We seek Sinclair's past. He sits in the middle of a lively classroom. Okay, it's already the same. It's the same thing. Welcome though. Welcome.
정신을 차리니 햇빛으로 잔뜩 달궈져 뜨거워진.
When I came to my senses, I found myself in an alleyway at midday, heated by the sun.
난 그곳에서 멍하니.
I stayed there on the ground, dazed and confused.
길가 곳곳에 아지랑이가 피어오르는
I could see a haze rise from the surface.
싱클레어, 네 세계에 금이 갔구나.
Sinclair, a crap has been made in your world. No, a crack has been made in your world.
내가 데미안을 봤을 때 종종 느꼈던 위화감의 정체를.
I felt like I was starting to understand what the strange feeling I often got from Damien was.
어째서 그 아이는 항상 발걸음 소리가 나지 않았던 걸까?
I always found it weird how I could never hear his footsteps.
왜 모든 건 고독하고 조용하게 어디에도 속하지 않은 듯.
Not a better villain, a better antagonist. That's cool. Why does everything arrive?
Looks like that almost cracked you up.
Yeah. Why does everything arrive in desolate silence as if it belongs to no world at all?
가족의 죽음도, 악의 세계도.
The loss of my family, the world of evil, all this despair.
그리고.
And you too.
두렵니, 싱클레어?
Are you scared, Sinclair?
그는 내게 말했다.
He spoke to me.
모든 것을 관통하여 보고 있다는 듯이. 그리고 그 모든 것이 예정된 수순에 지나지 않아.
He had the events of a person who saw through everything and the attitude of someone who predicted the series of events.
심지어 그는 알고 있는 듯이 대답을 기다리지 않고 말했다.
He didn't wait for me to reply, like he knew what I was going to say.
언젠가 전부 깨버린 채 박차가 오를 날이 오겠지.
All day he'll break it all together and soar.
나는 전부 끄집어내진 널 보고
And I wish to see you completely bare.
입 밖으로 꺼내지 못하고 있던 나의 속대답이 어떨 것이라는 걸.
He responded as if I already knew the answer I was hesitating on.
그러나 그의 말은 온기가.
Although his word seems to radiate warmth.
제대로 익지 않은 칠면조에 차가운 내부를 씹는 것만 같은.
I felt this chill, like the biting into the cold insides of a half-cooked turkey.
나는 다시 한번 정신을 잃을.
I couldn't help but fall unconscious again. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Yes. That's just the. Ugh. I mean, I'm kind of not surprised Guido was there because, it's not been too long ago, objectively speaking.
정신 못 차릴 거야. 끝이.
Objectively hasn't been too long, isn't it? Hasn't it?
잘 풀린 것 같습니다. 자연스러운
Oh wow, that's a one shot.
I remember when I dropped an ego on the Inquisitor's counter skill. Never again.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. Let's offset this.
거치적거리지만 마.
거기까지.
자.
Bleed! Bleed!
정출할게요.
Yes! Yeah. Nice. And then everything from here is just like normal. Yeah, that sounds unfathomably annoying. Never again. Oh my god. That's an interesting way to traverse this. It's like I didn't know you could do that either. Didn't know you could do that. Ah, I didn't clear these two. Wait a second. Can I return back to previous levels? Probably can't, right? Probably can't, right? Yeah, I can't. Ah, that's fine. Is fine. Yeah. Is fine.
You can't.
Yeah, I figured you can't. Set you, neutral, non-post.
Slightly smiling face.
Neutral, all that is neutral, at least. Let's, grab the bull by the horns. You may not escape. 1 minute. Possibly.
I was wondering, since Railway 2 only requires you to finish this Canto, do you plan to stream yourself doing Refraction Railway?
It's an event, right? It's an event, right?
그 정도인가?
It's an event. I probably will. Sounds like fun.
거치적거리지만 마.
거기까지.
Refraction Railway should be arriving soon, right? It's an event that is going to be coming out soon enough, if I'm not mistaken.
I think next week on the 14th.
Yeah, then we do Refraction Railway before we continue with Canto 4.
적출할게요.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
If it's gonna be before Friday, then we potentially can do Refraction Railway.
그 정도인가?
In that case, all I can say is good luck.
셰프를 따라오십시오.
Good luck. Is it bad?
정신 못 차릴 거야.
Is it like a mechanical thing or story thing? If it's a story thing, I will play through it. If it's not a story thing, I will not play through it.
위험 요소 제거.
Like I do the mirror dungeons almost every week, but like I do them purely because I do weeklies. I don't really do anything for grinding's sake. So I'm curious, is this like a flashbacks to ruin that's ravaged Sinclair's life in a storm come to an end? Cromer is the only one with feelings
It's just
to show.
game challenge content, no story. It got referred to in the story once or twice though.
Oh, okay, then probably not. Flashback to ruin savage Sinclair life in the storm. I will play through it, but I won't play through it in like a I'm gonna do it on stream what kind of way. Flashbacks to ruin that ravaged Sinclair's life in the storm come to an end. Cromer is the only one with feelings to show, and hers is an uncomfortable satisfaction. Okay.
투입합니다.
Let's go.
어땠어, 싱클레어? 네 마음속에 나 있는 길에서 정답은 찾을 수 있어.
Well, Sinclair, were you able to find an answer in your heart's path? Cromer.
눈 그렇게 뜨지 마.
Don't give me that look.
아직 때가 되지도 않았는데.
It's not even time yet.
널 죽여보고 싶잖아.
You're making me want to kill you.
아니야, 참아야지. 당장의 재미보다는 더 중요한 일이 있으니까.
No, I should abstain. I can't let immediate entertainment distract me from the more important things.
싱클레어, 공명하기 시작한 황금가지를 회수하려면
Sinclair, the only way to retrieve a golden ball that has begun to resonate is... I know. I know. Even if it weren't for our mission.
저 개새끼는 제가 찢어 마실 거예요.
I still tear that bitch to pieces and drink up her remains.
싱클레어, 언제부터 그런 말을 배운 거야? 너 같지 않아 보여서 우습잖아.
Oh, Sinclair, when did you learn to act so tough? It's not like you at all. What a riot.
그래도 뭐 친구들도 많이 생긴 것 같고.
So, well, I guess you've made some friends since then.
이 이번에는 도망치지 않을 거지?
Come on, run away this time, will you? Fucking Cromer. Cromer!
Between two worlds, my beloved.
Mealy's music. Man. No, I think I need to save this. Okay. Between two worlds, my beloved. Okay. The music is very low-key terrifying at this point. Favored. Okay, it's favored. Favored. Defense. Defense.
내 뒤로.
Fuck me. Bren! Damn! She's penetrating us. Okay, I feel like I need to do this.
Ah yes, I want Cromer to deep thrust and purify me.
Not horny, Chad! Honestly, who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? All the horny. It seems like there'll be all the horny. Okay. All the horny. Okay. The bastard has to be alive still. Almost staggered her. target her. Okay. Okay.
내 뒤로.
Okay.
정직. 벗어날 수 없다.
Okay.
내 팔은
Such a oh god damn it! It's such an interesting music for a boss battle this time around. Okay, favored maybe. Waiting. Favored. Let's do this and let's do this.
거치적거리지만 마.
Okay.
거기까지.
Okay. Listeners were fatigued and damaged, some already dead. As opposed to us, Cromer still stands triumphantly. She reaches out for the inside of Sinclair's coat in what seemed like a declaration of his fate.
자, 때가 됐어, 싱클레어.
Now then, it's time, Sinclair.
두 번째 동전. 마지막 기회를 가져.
I'll be taking the second coin. Your last chance. Why are you
왜 그러는 거야?
doing this to me? Why me?
내가 왜 지하실 열쇠를 순순히 돌려줬는지 알아?
Sinclair, do you want to know what I give you? Why I give you the basement, back the basement key when you asked?
그건 말이지. 이미 이곳을 발견했기 때문도 열쇠를 복사했기 때문도 아니야.
Listen close. It's not because I've made my discovery or baked a copy of it.
네가 나의 열쇠였기
It's because you
때문에.
were my key.
나는 말이지. 벌어질 수많은 미래를 들여다보는 방법을 알고 있어.
You see, I happen to know of a way to take a peek at futures that might come true.
그 중에 너와 내가 함께 온 둥지를 돌아다니면서 곳곳에 퍼져 있는 모든 이단을 썰어버리고 다니는 미래도 보았지.
I saw among them where you and I traveled to nest to death, slaughtering heretics together all around the city. Yep, there is an end corp. I think there is an end corp alternative of Sinclair, if I'm not mistaken.
역겨운 이단의 신체 슬하에서 성장한 너지만
Even though you were raised by heretics bearing revolting metal bodies.
그들이 역겹다고 느낄 수 있는 너였으니까 말이야. 재밌지?
Part of you still felt disgusted by them. Funny, isn't it?
너는 그 할버드로
Yep,
이단들의
that's
머리를
Sinclair.
And Claire, yeah. You would stab them in the head with your halberd.
거짓말하지 마.
Don't you lie to me.
나는 망치로 머리통을
Well, I smashed their heads with a hammer.
하지 마.
Stop it.
그 세계의 너는 정말이지. 누구보다 자유롭고 초월한 듯 보였어.
In that world, you look like a freest person in the universe, transcending everything.
아니야.
No.
거짓말이야.
You're lying.
거짓말인지
If you bring
아닌지.
Claire to this fight, she gets staggered on first turn after saying some NTR lines.
Oh. Interesting. Whether I'm lying or not. Uh-huh. Cromer suddenly crapped up a wry laugh and stopped moving. The golden bow! The golden bow on the altar resonated with her cackle and began to slow glow brighter. Then...
시작됐어. 드디어 나의 최종
it's begun.
이루어지는 시간이야.
At last, my final grudge will be fulfilled. Master Flesh engulfs her lower half. From the hideous organic growth, bundles of ambiguous appendages stretch outward in countless numbers. As if desire and madness were made manifest.
싱클레어,
Come, Sinclair.
나를 찢어 마셔봐.
Rip me up and chew me down.
할 수 있다면.
If you can, that is. Brother, he's still staggered. Oh my god, oh god.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Two worlds face.
Between two world phase 2, my beloved.
내 팔은 변해 있었어.
Zaz, she's not working anymore. I just turned her off, so she can read everything. What you do in this game is very simple. I'm gonna explain it in her stead. This is basically you set up all the actions in advance.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that the music audio might be a bit low.
Thank you for noticing, but still, I feel like you set up all the actions in advance. See those things? You set up all these things, and all the people, all the characters act. Yeah, it's a really fun game. It's a really fun game.
Fun.
It's a really fun game because of how strategic it is often. Plus the aesthetically it's like super dark and interesting.
내 팔은 변해 있었어.
I'm having a bit of a easier time with this because, well, frankly speaking, I'm over leveled.
Let's lament. Let's lament.
Finally, stagger.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
끝이다.
Okay, let's lament. I kind of, actually, confession time. I kind of really want to cover that song with someone. Not this one, but the lament one. Eventually.
제 불을 따라오십시오.
Lament.
Which one? Lament or this song?
Lament.
진짜 들이받아주지.
Sure.
Ah, that one spike one. You got this one.
얼얼하지? 정신 못
Oh,
차릴
yeah,
거야.
I hope I will.
거치적거리지만 마.
수많은 것들이 옥죄어 온다.
at minus 39 sanity.
Yeah, I'm kind of losing sanity as I go. I really need to like figure out how to do this kind of thing. Cromer is breathing heavily, perhaps a side effect of the transformation. Her posture is unstable and her eyes are looking elsewhere. With her focus disrupted, we might be able to land a critical strike.
It's okay, he's gonna reset to 0 sanity 2 turns later. He's gonna panic X turn though.
Ryoshi circled around Cromer's fleshy mass to disorientate her. Soon enough, she let her guard down. Ryoshi didn't miss the chance to deliver a devastating blow. The blow seems pretty effective. A deep, indelible wound was in Cromer's body. Could this be it? Cromer, the dreamer of human wholeness, got staggered.
죽이 좀 맞았어.
내 뒤로. 그 정도인가?
꽤 잘 갈렸고.
진짜 들이받아주지.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, okay. Whatever was that? Fleshy hill exuded potent acid. Acid? Sorry for the random interruption. I got called like 3 times on the phone. I had to like take it up. The fleshy hill exuded potent acid, melting Sinclair's legs. All the other sins were being dissolved by the caustic secretion too. He trips and hits the ground. Or perhaps I should say that he was thrown off his feet. In spite of that, he still crawls towards Cromer. Yes, that's it. It hurts, doesn't it? You're filled with rage, aren't you? Accept it all. Welcome it all with open arms. And watch me. Watch my glorious body. Closer to the purest form of humanity than ever before. The flesh here. The sheer unmatched strength of purity.
싱클레어, 너 지금 너무 인간답다. 너도 나처럼 될 수 있는 거야.
Sinclair, look at how human you are. You can become like me too.
싱클레어, 사실은 무서웠지. 가족도 잃고 모르는 사람들이랑 버스를 타고 돌아다니면서 하고 싶지 않은 일을 억지로 하고.
Sinclair, you were scared along, weren't you? You lost your family and you had the right to ride a bus with those strangers, forced to do things you didn't want.
사실 네가 있을 곳은 여기가 아니라는 마음이 들었지.
You knew in your heart that you didn't belong there, didn't right?
도망치고 싶었지. 다 그만두고 싶었지. 그렇지.
Didn't you want to run? Didn't you want to quit it all? Am I wrong?
반드시
Swear I...
함께하자. 싱클레어, 피하지 말고 받아들여.
Join me, Sinclair, and avoid this. Embrace this. Complete my grudge. The arm Sinclair was using to hold his weapon was growing limp by the second. He nevertheless continued to in Cromer's direction.
우린 고통마저도 초월한 순간에야 다시
We
태어날
must
수
accept the
있어.
pain. Only we have transcended the suffering itself can we become reborn.
살점을 채우고 피를 쏟고 가장 인간다운 것을
Blood the flesh, spill the blood. Adding on the most human things each second.
만인의 도시에 존재하는 불순물이 걸러진 가장 순수한
To the
세상이야.
purest world where the impurities plaguing in the city of all folks have been filtered out. Mama, Papa, Sis. Sinclair vacantly mutters, looking at the faces of his now dead fellow sinners. I couldn't leave him like this. Sinclair, listen to me! Embarrassed that it took me so long to take action, but it was better than late than ever. Act like the manager I am. I know you think a lot. I know there's a lot going on in your head that you can't share with others. And that's how he was. Worried that he might be a burden, he constantly put his mind through doubts and ruminations, most of which he never let on about. He chewed up many a thought in the form of guilt.
가족들은
My family
나 때문에
died because
죽었어.
of me.
말해서는
I said stuff
안 되는 것을
I really shouldn't have.
해버렸어.
모두 네 잘못이야. 그러니까 받아들여.
Exactly. It's all your fault.
완전하게 거듭날
So
수
embrace it.
있어.
That is the way to become wholly reborn.
나를 따라와. 내 손에 쥐어주는 거야.
Follow me and rest in my grip. Don't listen to her. You have to see. Look at her. Observe her carefully. Last my voice didn't seem to reach him. Sinclair's weapon leaves his hand and lands on the ground. His advice funds for Cromer has stopped. Yep, looks like this is the end for us. I can feel my body melting into the mound. I knew I'd die trying to play the proper manager sooner or later. But Sinclair, I have to tell him more. I have to tell him that Cromer is spewing a heap of lies, threats, and hypocrisy and exaggeration. Every nerve in my body is screaming that I shouldn't give up on him. I can feel the burning pain in my melting body. Look closely, Sinclair! Now, not with your eyes, but with your heart. I screech at Sinclair. Only then will you see what matters most.
그래야만 가장 중요한 것이
Only
보일
then
테니까.
will you see what matters most. In that moment, someone quietly appeared.
가장 중요한 것을 볼 수 있다면
And when you can see the things that matter most,
얕은 겁박이나 속임수로 네 자신을 죽이지
you don't have to
않아도
stifle
되고.
yourself with shallow threats and cheap tricks.
그렇지, 싱클레어.
Isn't that right, Sinclair? He moved with grace and airness as though he floated in the air. He seemed lighter than anyone else, unbound by anything. Contrary to his impression of freedom from all worldly longings, all oppressive air seemed to accompany every step he took.
Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina, and with just a wave of his right arm, Cromer's upper body vanished in a clear cut. Oh, what a guy! God, what a battle!
데미안.
네가 스스로 운명을
You've changed your own
바꾸었구나,
fate,
싱클레어.
Sinclair.
너는 아직 겁쟁이도 아니고 영웅도 아니야.
Right now,
두려움 역시 완전히 놓친
you're neither a
못한 것
coward
때문에.
nor a hero, but you've still yet to let go your fears completely.
그때도 말했지. 누군가를
I've said it
두려워하는
before,
건
haven't I? When you fear someone,
그 누군가에게 자신을 지배할
that's
힘을
because you give
내줬기
them the
때문이라고.
power to have control over you.
맞아. 그리고 나는 다른 사람이
That's
너를
right.
길들이는 게
And
싫어.
I don't want anyone else to domineer over you.
그래서 저 크로머를 사라지게 했어.
Which is why I got rid of that Cromer. The man referred to as Damien then started to walk. He took airy steps as though he was embarking on a light trip.
세상은 곧 새로운 탄생을 향해 갈 거야. 그리고 그곳에는 아주 소수의 사람만이 갈 수
The world is
있어.
about to head to a new birth, and only a few individuals can get there.
싱클레어, 너도 그중
Sinclair,
하나야.
you're one of them. Sinclair fainted before he could answer. Damien slowly made his way over to me.
크로머는 옛날 옛적에 사람들이 믿었다던 신님이 되려고 했어. 싱클레어는 그 걸음이 될 뻔했고.
Cromer attempted to become a god, like those which people of the past were said to believe in. Sinclair almost became her stepping stone.
하지만 알은 혼자서 깨야 하는 거야.
In the end, though, one has to break an egg on their own.
크로머는 꽤 노력했어. 싱클레어가 첫 번째 동전을 잃을 때와 똑같은 상황을 만들려고 이런저런 수도 쓰고 말이야.
Cromer put quite a bit of effort doing this and that to create a throwback to the time when Sinclair lost his first coin.
크리스마스까지는 시간이 많이 남았는데.
Regardless of the fact that Christmas is still a while away.
결국 자기들이 그렇게 싫어하던 가짜를 꾸미고 있었다는 건 아이러니야, 그치?
It is ironic, isn't it, that they decided to create this false imagery to make sure what they want will happen. It's ironic that they resorted to creating false imagery, something they loved so deeply. Don't you think so? What are you talking about? Who are you?
반가워, 단테.
A pleasure to meet you, Dante.
당신이 잠깐 동안 싱클레어를 길들여줄 어른이구나.
So you're the adult who will condition Sinclair at the moment?
내가 누구인지
As for who I am,
무슨 말을 하고 있었는지는 때가 되면 알 수 있을
and for what I was talking about, you'll see in due time.
싱클레어가 마음의 힘을 굳게 믿고
When Sinclair
날아오면서
takes flight with unshakable faith in the power of the heart.
아름다운 별과 하나가
Right.
될 날이 올 때,
When he becomes one with the beautiful stars.
그때 나는 다시 돌아올
That is
거야.
when I'll return.
그날까지 싱클레어를 잘 부탁해. 단테.
Take good care of Sinclair until then, Dante. You can hear me?
나는 모든 지적임을 들을 수 있어, 단테. 당연히 당신의
I
목소리도
can hear
들릴
all
수
sorts of
없게.
chirps and thrills, Dante. It's only natural that I can hear your voice.
언제나
As always,
그렇듯이 가장 중요한 건
what
눈에
matters
보이지도
most
귀에 들리지도 않는
is something you can't see or hear. The boy with the blue scarf vanished without a notice. After that, the mounds began to melt away. They dissolved into mixtures of flesh and mud. With them gone, a single golden bow appeared before me, spreading its warm light. Sinclair's world were gradually melting with the hills. I excruciatingly dragged what's left of my upper body across the floor to reach Sinclair. He was still breathing. And so was I. I figured I should still be able to turn the clock. Thus, that means I'm still their manager, and I should act like one. Plus, as I learned in my dying moments, I have to strive to become a more sensible manager. With all that, I need to tell him. It might have been your fault, Sinclair. But that's okay, really. It's one small mistake, one anyone could make. Don't beat yourself up so much about it. I pat him on the back with my half-melted right arm. Sinclair doesn't reply. To be truthful, trying to identify someone to blame all this on would be a never-ending endeavor. From each of us going and carrying our sins onto the bus. To my loss of head and memory, accompanied by an involuntary appointment as an executive manager, at the root of all this, I might find no one but myself to blame. Staying bound to that fact, though, will only keep us from taking our next steps.
발견했습니다.
We found them! We can hear multiple footsteps approaching our horribly incapacitated team. Virgilius must have figured we'd get into a mess and called the after team to scoop us off the ground.
이자인 것 같습니다. 지금 주입합니까?
This looks like the individual we seek. Do I inject it now?
다른 자들은 이자만 생존해 있다면 살아날 수 있다.
The others can be
신체를 수복하는데 전부 쓰도록 한다.
the others can be revived as long as this one lives. Focus on all resources on restoring their body. Ugh. I felt a jab to my shoulder, and then a strange sensation developed in parts of my body that had melted off.
그분이 지원해 주신 HP 앰플은 3개입니다. 전부 주입합니까?
We were provided with all the 3 HP ampules. Do I use all 3 on them?
재생 경과를 지켜보다 필요하다고 생각되면
Keep an eye
사용하도록.
on the regeneration progress and use them at your discretion.
버스 녀석들. 하여간 특색 하나 잘 만나서 호강을 누리네. K사에도 인맥이 있고 말이야.
Lucky Strafangers. They're rolling in luxury thanks to having a color on their team. One with a friend in K Corp at that too.
을 확인했습니다.
Situation confirmed. The voices around me start to fade. Sinclair's bawling lamentation dimly rings through the emptiness. Our third mission marked is sober and in dismal defeat. Even though we recovered the golden ball, we lost. On the other hand, the bus was more vibrant than usual, possibly out of everyone's attempts to disregard the depressing outcome.
닭꼬치 개수는 인원수에 딱 맞게 사왔으니까 모자란다는 소리가 들리면 범인 색출은 알아서 하도록.
About enough chicken kebabs for all you to have one. So if anyone didn't get theirs, go and put your detective caps on by yourselves.
우와, 신기하게 생겼네요. 왜 닭을 꼬치에 꽂는 건가요?
Such curious cuisine. What is the intention of skewering chicken meat with a stick?
내가 살던 곳에서도 이런 음식을 본 것 같소.
Might be familiar with this kind of dish. A kotchi of the duck variety.
달콤한 냄새. 메피가 좋아하는
A sweet smell.
냄새.
The kind Mephi likes. Stimulated. Charon revved the engine. Charon was humming another familiar tune. I could not recognize the song this time.
카론, 아직 크리스마스는 한참 멀었다고.
Charon, isn't Christmas still a long ways off?
Honglu is such a golden retriever. I love him so much.
Yeah, he's kind of cute. In all his interpretations, he's this childish excitement incarnation with a bunch of ignorance.
카론의 흥을 깨지 마, 벌레 양반.
Don't put a damper on Karen's fun, bug guy.
카론이 크리스마스 같이 느꼈다면 그런 거야.
If Karen feels like it's Christmas, then that's that.
벌레?
But
아니, 기껏 카론이라고.
come on, I called you by your name for once.
뭐 그러면 그렉도 기사 양반이라고 부르든가. 왜 당하고만 살고 그래?
Oh, why don't you don't just settle the score by giving her a buzz girly then? You know, tit for tat and all that. Virgilius was watching the scene unfold, leaving his food to cool and hardly taking a bite, even though he was the one who bought it all. Perhaps he's gone quiet because of Karen's song. It does come to mind that he said he was going through a tunnel. And then I turned my gaze to Sinclair, who was awkwardly laughing amongst the other sinners. If we're going through a long tunnel, then what we do is wait for the morning to arrive, right?
뭐라는 거야, 단테? 이상한 소리 나고. 자, 단테도 닭꼬치.
What was that about, Dante? Drop the goofy poetry and have a kebab. Come on, stay on.
관리자께서는 입이 없다.
Our manager has no mouth.
관리자님은 말 한마디 없이도 우리를 휘어잡을 놀라운 인재시니까 없는 것이다. 알아두도록.
The executive manager has no need for a mouth, as they're perfectly capable of commanding us without a word. Do keep that in mind.
아니, 그렇게 덮어놓고 딸랑거리면 안 지쳐요,
Golly,
오티스?
don't you ever get tired of licking their boots so clean, Otis?
야, 이거 더 없냐?
Hey,
멋있네.
got more of that scran? Let's speak.
이봐, 벌양. 라이터 줘.
Hey yo, BG, give me a light.
줄여 말하면 내가 모를 것 같았어.
Thought I wouldn't know what that was short for? I thought about giving a speech to the sinners about how fruitful yet unsuccessful mission changed my mindset. How this fruitful yet unsuccessful mission changed my mindset.
I'd recommend you to read the Leviathan web novel to know more about Berg, but it includes Rowena spoilers, so it's better to wait till you finish that game instead.
All right, I will do that. I will do that then. But I soon shelved the idea. I told Sinclair to not let a failure of the moment bind him after all. Instead, I've resolved to make up for this less than ideal outcome on our next mission.
저 붉은 아니 베르길리우스님.
May I have thine attention, Sir Virgilius? What?
본인은 주의받은 대로 행동했다고 생각하네만.
Do you believe I have to with sufficient caution as you have warned?
그러니 저 닭꼬치 하나 먹어도 되겠는가?
Thusly, if I may, would you allow me to lay claim upon a skewer?
그러던지.
Go right ahead. As Don Quixote's excited jubilation added a later to vigor to the already lively bass. The message I couldn't speak, but the one I'm sure has been conveyed in one way or another, spreads between us. And so the morning came. And so the morning came.
그림자를 쫓던 나날들 남은 건 허망한 기억 물길이 나를 태운 것처럼 내 손엔 잿빛 먼지뿐
This is one exhausting chapter.
없이 달려왔던
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see that work.
We're already seeing Ryoshin commit war crime on the skewer.
Yeah, I can see that too. I wish I could. I didn't. I wish I didn't see that, but I'm seeing it. Okay, this was. Jesus Christ. Limbus Company is such a game. It's the fucking game. It's definitely the darkest game I've played so far on this channel. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, Zaz, each chapter ends with the relevant sinner's voice actor singing this song.
It's a very nice game.
First chapter was Gregor, second chapter it was Rodia, and now we have Sinclair. Of course.
So there is more. And the war is gonna get to you. Be prepared. Clacky has beat the Limbus Company and now he is the CEO.
Yeah, Sinclair. No, it's like every Canto has a credit roll. Every Canto has a credit roll. Oh my god. Oh. And so we beat Canto 3 finally after like 3 weeks of waiting. God damn it.
최선의 방어는
Yep.
역시 공격이지.
Gregor did the most damage, the biggest amount of damage on all of that. Actually curious. Yeah, he did like 6,000. Then Kurokumo is the second place. Ismail third place. K Corp, Honglu fourth place. Mirsalt sixth place, and Rodion seventh place. They still did all very solid amount of damage, I'd say. Yeah, let me collect my price.
하루가 저물어가는 동안 나는 그저 서 있을 뿐이었어.
자, 버텨보라고. 딱 죽을 만큼 죽여줄 테니까.
So far, definitely. So far, I would say definitely a solid 8-9. Just the feeling it gives me to play, like it's indescribable. I think in a way. Like holy shit! It's just like can't even like I don't know what to say about this. It's has its unique vibe to it that I think nobody gonna. Oh yeah, 3.5. Hell's Chicken, Intervallo 1. we're gonna be doing Intervallo 1, Hell's Chicken. What the fuck is this? Cheerful music.
Rap got more salt. Let's go.
Rap got more salt. Okay. What does it take place exactly? K Corp. Still K Corp. Okay, I see. Okay, so this is gonna be an interval. There's gonna be an interval number 1, and then there's gonna be chapter 4. How long is chapter 4? Like, how big amount of chapters Canto 4 is? Because I need to be prepared. Canto 3 effectively took me, I want to say, 3 streams, right? It took me 3 streams. Let me check, actually. Yeah, it took me about 3 streams, give or take. Canto 3 Part 2, yeah. So...
Canto 4 has around 54 stages, including the dungeon.
Brother, okay. So, twice as much. Gotcha. Twice.
Around 1/3 or half of those are only filler fights with no story, though.
That's fair. It's still gonna be spending time. Though chapter 3, so 3 hours, 6 hours, about 6 hours here. That 6 hours it took me to pass Canto, pass the main bulk of Canto 3. So 6 hours it took me to pass the main bulk of Canto 3, and then about 4 hours to, basically 11 hours. Canto 3 took me about 11 hours, give or take. About 11 hours. Chapter 3. So twice as much. Gotcha. Plus 2 intervals that will happen, that we'll do next week, probably. 1 interval I'm gonna do next week and start chapter 4. And then I know there is 1 interval between chapter 5 and 4 and 5. Because I've seen Cinnamon play it. Okay, but I have 3 boxes, 3 energy boxes, so that should be cool. Some old guys tend to be rather cramped, don't you think? Some old guy tend to be rather cramped, don't you think?
Intervalo 2 got me really hyped for Ishmael's chapter.
Ooh, cool. So yeah, so they started adding intervals between. To explain people who are like new here, this whole thing, as it was prologue. Then the Outcast. That is what I did on my first stream. I did the prologue and the Outcast, which was about 4-5 hours. Then I did the dungeon of Canto 1, which was about 4 hours as well. The Unloving, I played the entire chapter. It was about also about 4 hours, or give or take, 3-4 hours, give or take. And then Canto as well, 3 hours, give or take. And this chapter completely dwarfs both of them, basically. Because I couldn't finish the entire chapter in one stream. Okay, this is
하루가 저물어가는 동안 나는 그저 서 있을
quite something, isn't it? This game. Quite something. I'm excited to what comes next. I'm excited for Canto. I'm excited to finish to start Canto 4. Definitely. Well, first and foremost, I'm also excited to start the interval, the first interval. It's not going to be super important to the story currently, but I think it's going to be like a tease for chapter 4 in a way. So yeah, I assume chapter 5 will be coming in October. I've seen the timeline. Chapter 5 will be coming in October. Middle of November. I'm sorry, in November. It will come in November. Not October, but November. Let me check. Either October or November, somewhere like that. I don't remember correctly because I did watch the timeline on their Twitter. Chapter 5 will be coming in either October or November, and I'm hopefully I will be caught on with the story by then when it happens, so I can like just return to it for a stream and then like drop by until the next update comes. Oh man, I am impressed as usual with the story. I am impressed. Glad I didn't miss it. Glad I did get it. Glad I did it today instead of just missing it, because I wanted to like catch up with Canto 3 as soon as possible. I've seen insane growth, by the way, for the last several times. Like I've gained like 22 subscribers in the last 2 days. I think it's been like big for some reason. You guys are spoiling me. Thank you for a droid union, as usual. I think I'm gonna be dropping. Oh, I'm excited to get all of these, by the way. Nine. Okay, so it's gonna be built for a month. Yeah, all these resources are nice. Gotta make sure to log in every day. For now, though, I think I'm gonna be stopping. I need to go grab something else to eat and then go take a shower because I sweat like a motherfucker during this chapter. My god.
I enjoy your stuff, so I'm glad I found out about you through Neo Slow.
I'm glad about it. I'm glad I found you guys as well. I'm glad it all became.
Okay, rest well.
Thank you. I'm gonna be returning tomorrow with more Pokemon Unite, and probably also I'm gonna check with Alexia, but I'm also going to be finally continuing Honkai Impact 3 third. That is going to be also happening probably. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check in with Alexia about that. Other than that, I think we are.
전 웬만한 명령은 수월하게 처리할 수 있어요.
We are good to stop.
합리적이고 효율적인 판단이 있었다는 가정하에요.
See you around. See you guys tomorrow. Covers coming this week probably. Maybe at the end of the next week. It's probably gonna come at the end of next week. I'm gonna set it a premiere and have it all fancy like during the time where it's not my stream. Maybe Sunday. I'll set it a premiere on Sunday. We'll see. I'm excited for it. There's gonna be a full-fledged animation. I'm very excited for it. Hopefully it will work out and everything goes smoothly. And I hope you don't hate it, guys. I hope you will not hate it. Because I know I'm kind of scuffy in terms of singing, but still. See you guys. I'm gonna post the schedule later today sometime after I'm done with everything else. But yeah. See you guys. Bye-bye.